Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts Aaron Carlson and Charles Lawson. Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Anyway, yeah, it's a Wednesday evening here.
It is.
Yeehaw. Not Saturday, it's Wednesday.
Right.
In the evening.
Right.
And I'm still tired. I played basketball, so I got tired with the kids.
You know. How did you do? Did you win?
Yeah, I won a couple games of bump. I didn't fuck around. I bumped them. Bumped the shit out of them.
So you abused your children on the playground
these
and you're
kids are-
calling
You
it
should have heard him on the way
sporting?
here talk about it, though.
No.
He was like, oh, it's so hard.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did
Yeah,
not.
you did, too.
Okay, maybe a little bit I did.
Yeah, totally did.
It's always good to have the truth filter coming from Miss Samantha.
Well, it's not like these kids aren't
you know.
fucking taller than me. You know, they are. They are.
Eves is almost taller than you.
I know.
Yeah.
She
She's
won't stop
11.
growing.
Yeah, I'm 6 foot and black. You think I could take them? Not really.
You'd think. Well, there's that half white side of you. Sorry about that.
Fine. Yeah, I know. That part always screws me. You just see me down below. I got chipped.
Awkward.
Oh, God. This coffee's still good, though.
Well, there's only one person in the room who hasn't seen it.
That
What?
was... Chuck, what?
What the fuck?
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Around the Reel.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Ooh, I don't know. I might like good evening better than good morning.
I know.
like good evening.
I like good evening as well. We have a guest tonight, though. We got Carson in the studio with us.
Hello.
Carson.
Hello, everyone.
Carson's here with us today.
Billy shakes on the horn.
Billy
Looking
Okay,
sharp
you
like a
guys-
katana.
You guys
It
listen
does-
to it, all
it
right?
does
Oh,
stick.
fuck yeah, we did, dude. That's fucking
Yeah,
gangster.
we listened to it a couple times.
So funny. Yeah, well, we've got Carson Stowell. That's how you say your last name, right?
Stole?
Stole?
Just
I
kind of
said
like
Stowell.
stole your heart. Stole.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He's going to play it
Carson
smooth.
Stowell. Carson, we met through our audition process with our second feature. We were beginning to start getting a production called Say Goodbye, and he came in and did a hell of a job for one of
Thank
the
you.
characters and got the role.
Yes.
So we're happy to have him here tonight. We're gonna just go over some things, get to know Carson a little bit, and talk about whatever the fuck we want. So
I'm excited to be here.
That's
thank
right.
you, man. Thank you very much for coming.
It's a long way to drive for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, out in the sticks.
How long was your drive, by the way?
Just a little over an hour, probably.
Okay, that's not that bad.
I mean, Tacoma traffic this time of the day is... I mean, it's COVID traffic, so it's not that bad, but,
Right.
I mean, it still exists. So,
Yeah.
it's there.
You know why? Because white people don't have anything to do.
Exactly.
There's too
You
many of
said
them.
it better
They
than-
are everywhere because they can't fucking take it. We have to do something.
We can't stay home. We have stuff to do,
I know. Always do.
especially on Sunday mornings.
Jesus.
Got to go to the grocery store. Got to do that early,
Why so early?
so that you got to get there before anybody else gets there.
Yeah, you guys go to bed by 7:30.
Maybe 9.
Isn't that reserved for the older?
Older white folks?
People?
We almost all qualify for that now, by the way,
Oh,
except for our
shit.
wonderful guest here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he's a young
Mm-hmm.
buck.
Yeah, how old are you, Carson?
I'm 23.
Oh, super young.
So-
Super
remember,
baby.
Yeah.
remember that? I don't. That was good
I
times.
do, and I wish I could go back there.
He's 23.
No,
I know,
I've been
I'm so
23 all
jealous.
of 2020. It hasn't been that exciting. I'll tell you that right now. So
That is true.
Can't wait for 24.
Yeah, you haven't had a
Well,
chance to really live this year.
no.
We're all
it
old
was-
enough to be your parents, so
I turned 23 in December, so it's been.
So you just
It's
turned.
been yeah. So it's been. I mean, February hit and it's been nothing. So
So what have you been doing with your time?
mostly, I mean, gosh, that's the question. A lot of video games. I mean, I was substitute teaching, so schools got canceled, and there was no more of that going on. But I was making unemployment, so I didn't have to do anything.
Right.
So to kill my time, video games have been one. I have a lot of friends who play a lot more video games than I do, so it's just kind of been easy because they're always playing games. So I just hop on with them and I play games with them. My brother, same thing. I spend a lot of time with my brother online.
That's
I guess
cool.
That's kind of,
Gator
kinda weird.
sports.
Gator sports, exactly. Gator sports. And outside of that, just trying to exercise my creativity, rapping. I do a lot of rapping, music. Me and my dad have been playing music every Saturday.
Right.
Jukebox Jams is the name of our little group, I guess. We called it that because we had a little jukebox. We would play at like at like restaurants and stuff, and we had a little jukebox in front. People could donate to
That's
it in
fucking
the
cool.
jukebox. It was jukebox jams. I don't know, and we also had a menu of all of our songs. So I guess
Okay.
that's also kind of jukebox related. My dad writes all of our music. He's doesn't do anything else. He just sits up. He's retired. He just sits upstairs and writes and arranges music. So it's pretty cool. Grew up playing music all my life because of him. So
What do you play?
I play trombone. I picked that up in 4th grade, and I played all through college in jazz band and the Wind Symphony and everything.
That's
I played.
cool, man.
I went to Gonzaga, so I played in the pep band a little bit. To be honest, I don't want to throw them under the bus, but I thought the pep band there was kind of boring.
Right.
Because
You're not there anymore. Throw the bus under the bus.
It's not really a music program there, so it's like it's very basic. A lot of people they take people who play instruments like flute, clarinet, and they're like, "Oh, you want to play trumpet or something because that sounds a lot better with the pep band." So kids will play trumpet or something for the first time. So there's a lot of people that understandably, it's cool. It's cool because they get to play new instruments, and I think that's a really cool thing. But for me, kind of a trombone veteran at the time, I guess. I was mostly in it for the music, and I was like, I wanted to play something that was like exciting for me. But
Well, that's
kind of
cool.
a lot of the music was kind of boring.
So did your dad get you into it?
Yeah, my dad was a jazz musician.
Okay, he was.
Growing up. Yeah, my dad turned 70 in October this year.
Jeez.
So,
Dude, he didn't fuck around.
Yeah, no, he
No,
didn't.
he
Well,
just-
he did, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
he kept going. I mean,
Like, what was he, 50 when he
yeah.
had you?
I mean,
He was 40 when he married my mom.
Okay.
And then there's 3 of us, and we're all 2 years apart. So my sister was 92, my brother 94, I was 96.
Okay.
So
God, we're old.
Dude, he was getting down.
I know, right?
and him and my mom are actually 14 years apart. So my
And she's younger, right?
yeah, so
He's
he
a
was
pimp, too.
he was waiting for the right one, I guess.
That's better than you guys.
But he was going around touring with his band around
Okay.
the country in the 60s and 70s. So
Nice.
pretty
That's
cool.
My man.
super
Very
cool. I bet he's got a
yeah.
lot of cool stories.
Oh yeah, way too many, and too many that he can't tell us. Too.
I bet.
That's not true.
Yeah.
You can always share the stories. It's just whether or not you make people feel uncomfortable when you tell them.
Like
That-
you do.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be.
Well,
He tells some when my mom's not around for sure.
Dude, I bet you that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
cool. What's your dad? Is he just write the music or does he play something too?
No, he plays trumpet.
He does
so
trumpet.
plays
Okay,
trumpet.
that's what I played. I played trumpet.
Didn't we
Yeah, oh,
watch?
yeah?
I want to say
I
we
did.
watched some. Did you do a live thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, every
okay.
Saturday we just
Okay.
at like 2 we just throw on
Yeah,
a
we
live
watched-
stream for a couple hours.
Yeah,
and
we watched
play.
some of-
Yeah,
yeah,
no, we're
that's-
just.
that was
I
cool.
mean, it's nice for me because I probably wouldn't be practicing my trombone
Right.
otherwise. So it's good for me. Just like I was telling you guys when I was working on that auction and stuff. Like it's just good for me to be out practicing
Doing
stuff.
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Honing,
stuff that's
honing your
creative.
craft.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we talked about. Yeah,
Honing
absolutely.
my-
As
craft.
opposed to sitting on the, TV
Well, he
playing video
he
games.
plays
Yeah,
video
well,
games
yeah,
too,
I also
though.
talk about
I know.
playing
Because you
video
need
games, which is
balance,
like,
Chuck.
it's
I know.
kind of ironic, but
Well,
yeah.
what do you play on your video games? What system
So-
do you got? What do you buy? Are you a computer
I'm
guy?
gonna
You a
get
console guy?
Yeah, I play computer actually.
Fucker.
I play computer. PC Master Race for sure. Because once I got a computer, it is like, man, I hate it because I was a big Xbox fan. I would play Xbox, it was always nice. But once they kind of got rid of the whole split screen,
Yeah.
like kind of all your friends sit on the couch
Networking,
and
like,
play,
yeah.
like that doesn't really. They don't really make games for that kind of stuff anymore. It's
Well,
like,
Halo still does.
yeah, I mean it's all online though. Mostly, it's like
Oh, yeah.
you don't sit in the same room as people. So
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
can. You can still have everybody come over to your house. I mean, Isaac used to do it all the time. He'd have all his friends come over, and everybody be carrying freaking 32-inch TVs under their arms, and they come
Yeah,
over to spend the
set it
night.
up. Do
we
some networking, bro.
do that though. We do that. Like
That's
every once
fucking
in a while,
badass.
we like to have all of our friends come over. We'll play Rock Band or something.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
we can all play together.
Remember Rock Band?
Yes.
I love Rock
Band.
Yeah, Rock Band is so much fun. Oh, I
Dude,
love
that's
Rock
cool.
That was
man.
fun.
But yeah, right now we're playing a game called Valorant, which is new. It came out like during or at the beginning of the pandemic, so
Okay.
it was kind of good timing for the game.
Right.
And it's like a competitive shooter.
Okay.
But it's actually been kind of fun. I don't want to get too nerdy here, but it's like
Get nerdy.
it's
You're
cool.
in the right
it's Cool.
room.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool because
We get nerdy.
it is like with a whole like ranking system and everything. It's kind of fun to be competitive and
Sure.
like want to try to get better, even if it's at a video game. You
I
you
gotcha.
practice these skills that you don't have otherwise, and I think that's kind of cool. So
No, it's fucking awesome. I love it.
my brother and his friends are all they've been playing games forever, and they're much better than I am for the most part. But like
Right.
I've gotten a lot better in the last month or so, and I'm like even if I'm pretty average gamer still, I'm like I feel pretty good about that. So.
It's fun though, man. It's
Yeah.
a good time. I try to get these old fogies that I have to play fucking Xbox still, but for some reason they're always so busy. They
Yeah.
can't, and then I know they want to. But
Sure.
they can't because they have other responsibilities. So they
Yes.
always try to make an excuse as to like make me feel like I'm like a kid. Like, oh, well, not everybody can just sit around and play. They use that fucking excuse.
Yeah.
And you can just see right through it like a fucking window. It's so crap.
It's not an excuse.
It's so crap. Yeah. You can make some time,
Yeah, you can't make time.
but you choose not to.
No, I choose to sleep instead. That
You make
90
time
minutes
for
I
the
get.
things you want to make time
night.
for, or have to make time for.
Right. Right.
So instead of
Right.
playing video games, I invited all my friends over so we can have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
See, this is
Gaming.
what I'm talking. This is why split screen doesn't exist anymore. So we do podcasts.
There you go.
Yeah, but see, split screen suck because everybody look at your screen and you get fucking mad about it. Stop looking at my
that
fucking
was-
screen.
That was one of the original
I
parts.
remember those
Bullshit.
arguments.
Oh my god.
Why you look at my screen? You didn't know how'd you know I was there?
Right?
Oh, I didn't look at your screen.
Of course, it didn't
Bullfucking
help.
shit.
But you
didn't look at my
can't prove
screen.
that. You can't.
It didn't
prove
help Aaron and I because we were playing with 10-year-old, we were playing with our kids. So we're
Right.
sitting there around, split screen and, we're top and bottom and the kids are on the bottom and they're like, oh.
Yeah, it's fucking cheating. It's bullshit.
How'd you know I was behind that corner?
Gaming's cool though. I miss playing games, but not really. Not like I used to. See, I had a problem with video games. I really did.
Big one.
Yeah, it was like my addiction, like my strange addiction.
Yeah,
That was me.
yeah.
Like if I could have swallowed a fucking controller, I probably would have because I loved them so much. Like I would have withdrawals if I didn't play.
That poem I wrote
I
about the
would.
controller. It's called "You."
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yes. She wrote a poem.
About the freaking controller in our house because ew. Really
Oh
bad.
my god.
To get it
What
out,
were
like-
you playing? Xbox?
Oh
Or
fuck!
what
I've been
was it?
playing Xbox for what?
Since it came out.
Since Xbox Live started.
Oh great.
Like I'm one of the original OGs.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
on
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I played that shit like crazy from
Mm-hmm.
the original Halo all the way through to Splinter Cells to Project Gotham Racing to fuck. We played everything. Original Ghost Recon's all the way through
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
now. So it
I
was.
love the Ghost Recon.
Oh
games.
fuck
We
yeah, I
love
do too.
those.
Well, I would like to still play it, but I don't have my team
The one that
anymore.
you guys used to play with like the monsters or they're kind of like monsters.
Which one was that?
Monsters.
It was
The
a
Gears of War?
shooter. Yeah,
Gears of War.
yeah.
Gears of fucking
Classic,
War.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Classic.
Gears.
Yes, Gears, honey.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I was talking about.
Anyway, yeah, you're with gamers.
I had the original. We had a Super Nintendo when I was really little. That was the first
Gangster.
thing. Yeah, that was the first thing we got. So it was like Super Mario. RoboCop was the one.
I
don't
remember
know why
that.
I loved RoboCop.
Yeah.
There's this game called Caveman Olympics, which was like, it was just what it is. It's like you're these cavemen
Okay.
and you're playing these mini games essentially against each other. But it was like
Throwing
that was
stones and swinging
fun.
clubs.
When we were little, that was a fun one. And then I played a lot of like Pokemon on like Game Boy.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
So I played a lot of that. So it
My
was-
favorite game was on Nintendo Cube.
Oh, the
the GameCube,
Yeah,
yeah.
GameCube, yeah.
was-
What was that called? You said it
I
was
don't remember, but it was a
Blast
demolition one.
something.
Oh, Blast Core.
Blast Core.
Oh, I never played that.
Okay, went around with these, yeah, and you just demolition all these buildings. It was so badass. I
yeah.
love that game.
You know what the first system I had was?
And regular, oh wait, no, Atari,
Pong.
Pong.
Uh-huh.
What even is that?
It was a
Pong was the first game on the Atari's.
no. Pong was actually a
No,
system.
it was its own like game.
Yeah.
all by itself.
You plugged it. You didn't plug it in. You took the little like fork shaped things to put it on the fucking VHF and the back of the black and white TV.
Right.
Carson, you
Turn it
wouldn't
to
know any of
turn it
this
to channel
lingo.
3 by hand.
Okay.
Your
You had to
black and
actually
white
walk up
TV.
to it. Yeah. And then turn it on, and then you'd have to fix the vertical and horizontal because it would flip sometimes. And it was, it's Pong. It had two little white bars on each side and a little bouncy
Yeah.
digital ball.
Oh, that game, yeah.
Pong. Yeah, that was the first one.
It had
After
a
that, it was.
had a paddle too, right? Just like when
Yeah,
it came
just
out.
a paddle.
Yeah, it was just
Yep.
a roller paddle.
Yep, first
See, I'm
game.
not that old, so for me it was the Nintendo, just the regular one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And I used to play like that Paperboy game.
Paperboy's the
Paperboy.
shit.
Yeah, it was badass.
Just like delivering papers.
Yes.
That sounds fun. I mean,
really
yeah.
fun.
Get it on the
Yeah.
porch
You
or
had
you
to
lose
try to-
points.
yeah.
Now you can get all these games on your phone.
Right?
Yeah, mobile games are lame though. In my
Oh,
I disagree.
No,
I
Sam's a
disagree.
mobile gamer.
I'm
I
a mobile
like
gamer.
I like word games and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
me
That's
too.
kind of okay. I like playing that stuff,
That's
but
what she
like
plays.
I don't like anything else really on my phone.
You know what I get to play on my PC?
What?
Solitary. Because that's all my computer will run.
Do you have
That's-
Stop?
Stop.
Have you ever played Stop?
don't think
Download
so.
that.
Okay, what is it?
It's a word game.
It's a word game?
It's really fun.
Okay, I trust you. I like, my dad is obsessed with Words with Friends, always has been since it came out.
I don't
My
know what
dad's-
that one.
So he'd been playing that. I mean, that's just Scrabble. Just
Yeah.
online-
Oh, okay.
It's just
Got
literally
it.
just online Scrabble.
That's no joke.
I like, there's one called like Wordscapes or something. I don't know.
I love that
yeah,
one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're just filling in, like stuff like that, just
Yeah.
to kill time. Yeah, I like games like that.
Yeah, that's what Sam usually plays when I'm in bed
Bathroom toys.
before.
Bathroom games. You just sit there and
Oh, yeah.
You know, Carson, when you're
Bathroom.
you're in a
I don't
relationship
think he plays
with
games
a
in
girl,
there.
right? You're in a relationship with a girl, right?
Okay.
is this story time?
Yeah, it's story time. And then you got to get ready to go to bed. And you're like, as a guy, you're still like, okay, maybe there's a chance tonight, right? So you go lay down and you get in bed first. And you're like, okay, so in your mind, you're picturing her getting all ready in the bathroom, you know, coming into the room wearing something a little slick, you know, a little bit, showing a little bit, but not everything. And that
Dream
just
on,
doesn't happen
dreamer.
in real life.
No, I come in my sweats, freaking sloppy bun, and with my phone in my hand, and I'm
phone in
ready
her-
to get down on some rhymey stymie.
Rhymey stymie.
Like she'll get in
I don't
bed
know
with the
what you're
phone.
doing.
She starts caressing the phone, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go to bed then. No.
Good night.
You're picturing Jennifer Aniston and Bruce Almighty, and you get
Yeah. She loves her phone. She plays her games at night. She doesn't fuck around either.
I love my phone.
Oh man. Okay. So how you doing though in this pandemic stuff? How you holding up? I mean, you said you were a
It's
substitute
tough.
teacher.
Yeah,
What's going on
it's
there?
Tough. It's tough. I mean, nobody was expecting this, obviously. So it's like, it's a setback, and just reminding yourself that it's not forever is like, got to be doing that constantly. Because sometimes I'm so bored or just so lazy sometimes, and I'm like, I wish somebody would make me do something because I have nothing to do.
Right.
So-
You're in that position where, I mean, with unemployment, you're getting something.
Yeah, I'm like literally
But-
doing my part by sitting home doing nothing. It's
Right.
like-
Right. Which is important.
Yeah,
You know,
so-
you're not being someone who looks inconsiderate.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's-
mean? But at the same time, how do you stay focused? Like we were talking about last weekend about the same thing during the pandemic. Like, how do you stay productive? That was what we were talking about. And it's hard.
It is.
It's not
Oh my
easy to
God.
do.
Because you're so limited as to what you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky that we have like a nice yard and stuff too. So it's like I can go outside. I can technically do stuff. Our neighborhood's pretty spacious as it is. It's kind of like this area.
Right.
And so like I'm lucky there. So I don't feel cramped. I don't feel like stuck inside an apartment or something, which I feel like would be so much worse.
Right.
But it's like, man, you do one thing one day and you're like, oh well, I did that. Now what do I do the next day?
Right.
It's like I bought a skateboard because
That's good.
I'd never skated before, and I was like, oh well, maybe I'll learn how to ride a skateboard. So
Dude,
bought a skateboard and been riding up and down my street.
That's no joke. I mean,
Not
that's
very good at it, but I'm got to start somewhere.
put on a helmet. We need to make sure that you still your brain works.
Yeah,
when
Chuck-
you do
Chuck's
eventually
worried
film
about
a
his movie.
Yeah, no, I bought a helmet. It was like 25% off of the board. So
Right.
I made the smart economic decision there, right? So yeah, so that's been cool. But I mean, yeah, teaching was going on, so that was kind of like my original plan was I was actually going to be moving to LA in August now,
Okay.
actually. So my original plan was to move to LA. So up until then, all I wanted to do was save money. Was just saving money. And do projects on the side when I could because,
Right.
to just keep working on my craft. And so then, schools closed and everything, so I didn't have a job, but luckily, I get unemployment, so I didn't need to have a job. And I'm living at home, so I don't need to pay rent or anything. So
Right.
I'm just, my dad loves to make food, so
Fuck yeah.
I'm like,
You got the life.
I got it,
Right.
I got it set up, and I'm like, so I can't really complain, but
No,
at
you
the same
can't. So
time-
literally, what he's saying
got
is
any
he's-
extra rooms?
He's getting no shit. That he's got a place to stay for free. He's got all this time on his hands. He can't figure out what to do to hone his craft. He's playing video games all day. He's making actually more money than he probably did on his job, and he's saving that so when this ends, he can do what he needs to do. Fuck you.
I mean, when you say it that way, it makes me feel less bad, to be honest.
You know what I mean?
But also, at the same time, though, I do know it's like I recognize that I'm privileged, and I got these things that enable me to do all these different things I could want to do during this time.
Right.
And so I try to do I try to be active and
that's good, man.
and do stuff because the lazier I get, the worse I feel about myself.
No, because
I'm just
it is.
oh my God, Carson, you just need to fucking do something.
No, because they can get you. I know what you mean. Like I envy where you're at, but it takes discipline to still, maintain
It's
some
tough.
kind of structure in an unstructured time.
Yeah,
It's hard.
Yeah,
Well, it's super hard.
After hearing all your hardships that you're going through at this point in time in your life,
Yeah, I
I did
know.
want to say I'm so glad you didn't
no.
reach out to me so I could help you out with your, your auction and stuff to be able to give you more equipment and things that would have helped. Because right now I just kind of want to say screw you, and I hope you're enjoying your youth. But
Hey,
we are so glad you're here today.
I did not know Chuck, but I mean, he already told me about the things he's got, green screens, everything that I would love to borrow
Yeah.
someday. So yeah, that's great.
We
to
got
know.
some shit.
The auction that I just did, we put it together. I don't know if you guys know what OBS is. It's just called Open Broadcasting Service or something like
Okay.
that. It's just a free program online, and downloaded it and just literally ran a whole live show doing it, and it was easy. It was really
wow.
easy. We had a green screen, and we just used a webcam,
Oh, that's cool.
and it was Paris themed, so I just had the Eiffel Tower behind me.
Right.
And it was evening in Paris. Evening in Paris was what it was. So Eiffel Tower behind
Sounds
me.
like a high school dance.
Yeah, literally, it was like prom or something.
So did they have a lot of listeners or?
Yeah, there
people
were
to watch
because
it, or-
the auction is a very annual, it's their biggest fundraiser of the year for Covington Rotary. That's who it was through. And so there's so many projects that need funding, but they're good projects in the community that do so much good work for people around the globe even. So it was cool because there are a lot of people involved, a lot of donors, a lot of sponsors. And to be able to help put it on, and the way that I did that, I think was, and for a lot of them, probably, I mean, they hired me because they didn't really know how to put on a live,
Can
show.
you do the whole auction thing?
No, that's the thing. So I was telling, who was I telling? Might have been you, Aaron, about just how, or no, it might have been Chuck. I don't know. Anyway, it was I didn't know. So for a while, I thought I was making the videos. I was videoing sponsors and whatnot, and putting together packages for them, and so they could talk about their projects and whatnot, because they can't do it live anymore. So I went out and did it, and then we played them during the show. And I thought originally because I told them I was a theater major also, so they were like, oh, you'd be a great host. So okay, so I'm hosting now too, after my mom volunteered me initially.
Gotcha.
And I thought I originally was hired to do auction. I was like, there's going to be a lot of there's a silent auction portion that was leading up to it that had people would just bid online. It was open for a week. And then there was going to be some big items that were going to be done during the live portion, which was going to be me. So I was like, okay, I've never done any of this before, but
Right.
I mean, here we are. So I was gearing up completely for all that stuff. And then it was 3 days before I was in on the meeting, and they were like, yeah, none of that's happening anymore. I was like,
Wait,
they just
what?
didn't tell me. They just didn't tell me prior. So I was gearing up this whole time to be ready, to talk about these items and everything.
You watch
and then
some Storage Wars and learn how to
yeah, exactly,
really fast.
And they just told me, they were just like, oh yeah, no, we're not doing those big items anymore. It's just the only thing I had to do live really at all was announce raffle winners. So I was like, okay, which made my life really easy. And I was like, okay, this is honestly fine. I don't mind. But it was I was gearing up. I was really stressed about this. I was like, man, I gotta, literally watch Storage Wars or something to prepare.
Right.
And didn't really need it, but it was cool because I still got to practice I put together a script. Just, I added trivia to it and stuff. Just stuff I had to kill an hour.
You built it up. Yeah, you had to you had to entertain.
It was an hour. It was an hour long thing. I had I timed it out. I had about 35 minutes of video that I had cut down from interviews. They're all 1 to 2 minutes long, so it was a lot of videos.
Right.
So it was a lot of just introducing videos, kind of maybe saying a fun fact or something about it after, and then trivia or something to kind of kill time, and then just going on to the next video over and over again. That was pretty much the whole night, but it was. I feel like I made it flow pretty well, and I got good feedback about it.
That's
and
good, man.
It was good. It was a good project. It felt It felt good to do, and the check's gonna feel even nicer.
I bet.
I was going to say, did
Good
you
for
get
you,
paid for
man.
it?
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, but
But the auction went well. They made some money.
It went,
Good
oh
for you.
yeah. They were raising money for a program called Backpack Buddies.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
they do it all around a lot of places.
Yes.
Yeah. And so
Wait, what is that? I don't know
They
what that
fill with school supplies, right?
with food.
food.
Food,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and on the
Backpack
weekend
Okay.
for low income families or people that just don't have enough food, they can
Got
go
it.
and on the Friday of the end of the week, the kids go and they pick up a backpack and it has food for them for the weekend. So it's actually a really cool project.
Oh, that's
and
badass,
that was like
dude.
the funded item. Like an auctions funded item is like where people just donate, just like they're not buying anything, they're just donating to the project.
Okay.
So they had a goal for like $30,000 and it ended up at the end of the auction was like $52,000. So
nice.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it
Good
was-
job, man.
so I don't
You guys
know. I don't
killed
know
it.
if that was on me. I did keep advertising
Dude,
for
that
it
was you.
throughout, but
Yeah, it was you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're
But yeah, no, I mean, it's something I felt proud of to be. I don't know how much of an effect I had or anything, but even just to be a part of them building up capital for all these cool projects felt really cool.
No, I bet. No, that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
Good
my
for you.
mom has a project. I'm going to talk about my mom. 'Cause
Go
she's
for it.
cool.
Talk about your mama.
So my mom does Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
She does.
wow.
She
she
does.
whoops
Yeah, talk about
people's
your
ass,
mama,
yeah.
and then we're gonna stick her
let's
in a
talk
ring with
about your
Aaron.
mom.
Yeah, my mom whoops people's asses for
Dude,
sure.
she's no fucking
And-
joke. I love watching that shit.
And she she went to Brazil back in 2012, I think, for the first time. And that was like a culture shock for her, and seeing all, how poor it is over there.
Right.
It's really, I went in 2013 with her, and it was like, I saw a statistic that was like 10% of the country owns 60% of the country's money. And that's like,
Wow.
in that big of a country, that's ridiculous.
Right.
So 90% of the people are feeding off the last 40%. And it's
They're
like,
fucking broke.
yeah, you see the pictures of the favelas and everything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were up there in the favelas. My mom knew people through jiu-jitsu. And we went up to these gyms and stuff, and we just saw how poor the conditions were. A lot of kids didn't have the uniforms. They're called gis.
Yeah.
And so my mom started a project called Give the Gift of a Gi, and she got donations from around the country of like jiu-jitsu kimonos, and we brought them down there and gave them to kids who couldn't afford to have their own.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was
Very cool.
really cool. And so, and we have a foundation for my sister who passed away when I was younger, called the Carly Stowell Foundation.
Okay.
And through that partner, it's a project through that foundation, but it's all partnered, I guess. And so we sponsored kids to go and fight in the first competitions too, because a lot of them couldn't afford to enter a tournament or anything. As well as some people who are like older and kind of, almost like semi-professional. We would help sponsor some of them too.
Right.
And she did other cool projects too. It's already getting bigger. She wrote a children's book last year about a double arm amputee fighter that he lived with us for a year. It was a children's book. It's kind of like a "if I can do it, you can do it" book. It's
Gotcha.
pretty cool because when he lived with
Very
us, it's crazy. He had these two little stubs for arms, and he brushed his teeth. He ate with a fork. Everything. He did everything on his own. Oops.
It's
He did everything.
crazy.
Yeah, everything on his own. It was really inspirational, to be
Yeah,
honest.
definitely.
And it's so cool because we were able to raise money to get him his own custom uniform that had
Right.
like sleeves on it, because the kimonos are always long sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
So we got him
Yeah.
his own custom one. It's pretty cool, and
Super cool.
it's cool when he fights. Like he uses his little stubs for
stubs
arms to
and
get in,
that's cool.
to get hold of uniform stuff, and it's crazy
Holy
to watch him fight. He's
shit.
really good, yeah, and he's so sweet too, and
Dude, okay, you need to stop. Why is he making me feel like I suck?
Because we all
Like
suck
we
right now
suck
compared
as
to you.
people. We don't do fucking shit.
I know, we don't do it like...
You don't have time to play video games with me, man. I'm sorry.
Carson, you're my hero.
But he's still, you know what I mean?
you guys are here
Donations.
creating this medium to get words out
Oh,
and stuff.
man.
That's
And he's
we're
making
not like-
and he's making us feel better about ourselves. God, that's it. You're done. Get off.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Can you come back next time?
you guys cast me to play a dick.
And then my grandpa, he's
I
like,
know. Well, you did kind of good.
I mean, that's
fuck, man. Yeah, and my grandpa, he cured cancer. And fucking, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, and then you listen to your rapping, you wouldn't think that you do all this like
Oh,
great
man,
stuff
dude.
either.
No, you should be proud of yourself,
Thank
man.
you,
Your
thank
family's
you.
fucking
Yeah,
talented.
that's
That's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah. And
God,
anyway,
don't do shit.
anyway,
They're
I'm gonna
talented,
make
they're
you
nerds,
guys-
and they'll kick your ass.
Yeah, she's no
Yeah.
joke.
I'm gonna make you guys feel worse real quick.
Oh,
great.
no.
Yeah,
keep
My-
rubbing it in.
All right.
Well, yeah, my mom's project though, it's so cool because because they're in those gyms in the favelas where there's so little resources.
One of my favorite maps in Call of Duty, by the way.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember.
Yeah.
I do remember. And so she used the funds from her children's book that she wrote to build a library in one of the favelas because kids didn't have access to literacy or anything.
wow.
Now there's a little children's library in their gym, and they can go over there and they can read and stuff. And I mean,
pretty cool.
the dollar goes a long way in
What's
Brazil.
the book called?
It's called Frango and Chicken. And Frango is the nickname for Luciano, who was the fighter that I was telling you about, the double arm amputee.
Yeah.
And Frango is his nickname, and Frango means chicken in Portuguese. And so, it's about Frango and his little chicken buddy, and it's like Frango goes around and does all these things, and he's like, "Look, chicken, like if I can do this, you can do this," and
Nice.
it's really cute. And
That's cool.
and then on top of that, she also started like a clean water project there too, because some of the gyms didn't have clean water or water fountains or anything. So she raised money to one of the gyms just recently. Got their a clean water fountain installed into the gym because they just didn't have access to clean water, and it's like that's pretty.
Why doesn't
cool.
she have like a documentary on Netflix like Bill Gates did when
I
he was
know,
doing his
like,
fucking shit
holy
down there?
It
With
crap,
doesn't
that?
like,
get
she's
doesn't not
such
get
a-
enough credit.
What's
yeah.
your mom's first name?
Elena? So
Hey, props to you,
Elena.
Elena. She
Yeah,
is.
definitely.
Elena
That's
is amazing,
amazing.
and
She is
also
a beast.
might be a conversation topic to have with Miss Samantha here, looking at our documentary series.
Oh
No shit.
Oh,
They-
I would love to do a
yeah,
documentary
that'd
on
be awesome.
that. Yeah.
They started something. My mom had a different book that she wrote a while ago, which was
All right,
She doesn't have time
ask
for
your
games,
mom
Aaron.
if she'll do a documentary.
she wrote a book called Flowing with the Go, which was based on her kind of journey of finding jujitsu,
Okay.
which ended up being a recovery kind of. She used it to recover from grieving when my sister passed away.
Okay.
She was
Yeah.
14 and
Wow.
she was the
Wow.
oldest. She was the oldest, so I was 10. Brother was 12. She was 14.
How did she pass away? If you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it was really out of the blue. It was just a heart aneurysm.
Oh my
And she was actually at a basketball tournament in North Carolina. She was an amazing basketball player. She was freshman year. I was already getting letters from all different colleges around the country and stuff. And so she was at this national tournament in North Carolina, and it was just her and my mom there, and it was just in
She
the
just
hotel
collapsed?
and just passed out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So my mom wrote a book about finding jujitsu and how that helped her recover from.
That's
from
really
that. And
cool.
it's a
How
really cool
inspiring,
book. It
like,
is.
for
Like to
real.
have that as my mom, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo. So
Dude, that's so cool. Like, I would brag about my mom.
I feel like I have to. I feel
Yeah,
like I
dude.
have to.
Seriously.
It's like, yeah.
By all means.
So between her and then the musical side
Yeah,
of my
and your
dad's
dad,
family
yeah.
is like I lucked out with some.
What a cool
genes.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
it makes
did.
me feel. It makes me feel really lucky.
Well, you
Yeah,
could look at it one of
seriously.
two ways. One, you get some shoes to fill,
Yes.
Yeah, some
or you will fill them and do better, right?
I'm just trying my best. My
You'll be
sister's
fine.
thing was do what you love what you do. So that's
Fuck yeah.
why
Yeah.
I went into college not knowing what I wanted to do at all. I actually went to Gonzaga to play basketball.
Okay.
Originally.
So you can ball a little bit too.
Yeah, I could have played at a smaller college, but my ego was like, why don't I have any D1 offers? And they had offered me a walk-on. It was tryout, I guess, how we'd say it. And in the end, I didn't end up playing, and which was a good thing because then I found theater, I found
Right.
acting. I did 2 theater shows my senior year of high school because I always thought it would be fun, but
Sure.
I never thought it would be a serious thing that I would do.
Right, right.
So my freshman year, I took an acting class, but that was it. I didn't audition for any. Actually, I did. I auditioned for like a comedy group. I didn't get in.
Gotcha.
My sophomore year, I auditioned for shows and I got into like everything, but they were all like smaller parts for the most part. But it was just really fun all year. I took all year and I did like 3 or 4 shows in one year, and it was fun. And then over the summer, I was like, man, I want to do it again. Like the next show I can and take it really seriously. And
So you just
see-
stumbled into the acting then.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I mean,
okay.
but I guess I'd always been a performer, music. I mean,
Well, you had it in your
basketball,
family.
you're
I
out-
mean, they all are
there's
very
people,
creative.
people watching me all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm comfortable in front of people. That's never really been the problem. It was just
Right.
doing something I'd never done before, which is also something I'm interested in. I like trying new things. And so I did a show beginning of my junior year. Absolutely loved it, and I took it really seriously. I got some really good feedback, and I went to the theater chair, and I was like, "Hey, I was thinking about maybe getting a theater minor." I was already 3 years into my broadcasting degree.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll get a theater minor," and she was like, No, Carson, I think I saw that this was your destiny before you did. And I was like, okay,
Holy
I guess I'm a
shit.
major now. Like, she said something like that. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I might as well do it. I was actually going to finish in 3 years. I don't know how, but I was going to finish in 3 years. So I was like, what's the 4th year? All my friends are still here. And
Right.
I get theater degree too. And so that was cool. And I did shows all my senior year, all junior year, all senior year. And I just loved it so much. And then I decided, I was like, hey, I'm going to probably go to LA. And just so it's all happening fast when I think
super
about
cool,
it.
though.
Yeah, it's cool, and it's it's what I love, and I want to just do it. I want to go.
That's
for
when
it,
you need to
so.
make stuff happen when you're young.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were
Yeah.
able to double major then?
Yeah, I did. So I double majored broadcasting and theater with I got a minor in interdisciplinary arts, but I'll be honest, it was like I just kind of completed it by doing the 2 majors, so I didn't really have to do anything. So I just kind of checked that off and just got it.
Man,
So
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
it was a wild 4 years, I'll be honest. And then coming out of college, I actually did, after my senior year, you guys know Silverwood, like the theme park
No.
in
Yes.
Idaho?
I don't
Yes?
know shit.
I'm a white guy. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I forced you away.
It's in Idaho, so.
Yeah. I know how to turn on the TV.
Okay. Have you
go to Idaho,
been?
man.
Have you been?
I have not been, no.
No, okay.
Yeah, wait.
It's like Wild Ways, but 5 times
It's
bigger.
in Idaho.
It's actually, I'll give it credit. It's like incredibly clean and like well organized and everything. It's in Idaho, which is like you have to deal with that. But
Well, I think they only let like 10 black people in Idaho, though.
I don't even
At a
think they have
time.
that many.
yeah, I would say
Yeah.
I'd be like
5,
I
10.
mean, you remember when the Popeyes chicken sandwich was going on?
Yeah.
There's a random Popeyes out there in Idaho on my way back from work. Never a line ever. It was nice. I was there almost every day after work getting the chicken sandwich, and they
That'd
never
be a
ran
cool
out.
place to put a Chick-fil-A
They
then.
did, exactly, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
heck yeah.
I was,
Why the fuck they got that chicken out here? No one eating that fucking shit out here.
but at Silverwood,
Ding, dang, do.
they do a show. There's a show. There's a train. The central like thing or ride at the park is a train, and it just kind of
Okay.
drives around the park. And it stops at this location kind of out in like the woods a little bit, and there's a show there. It's a train robbery show, but it's really like you rob the train for charity. It's like you
Gotcha.
get people
Okay.
to donate. And I was one of the bandits in the show. I did it all last summer, and I had to do it was a stunt show technically. So I was doing a lot of fight choreography, but at the end I had to fall off a 30-foot tower. So
Oh, wow.
all last summer I
Onto
was
a
pad.
Okay.
But
a bale of hay.
and but it was cool. It was
bale
cool
of hay.
because another thing I'd never done before, but also like, God, I never thought I'd be falling off a 30-foot tower. I had to learn how to do like high falls.
No, like,
so you're,
yeah.
in a-
I thought
so-
I'm picturing Assassin's Creed right now.
Yes, yeah. So
Okay,
it's like
that's-
literally, I start up there and it's like, I mean, you
you hear the hawk go,
you trust science. You trust science. You fall off and it just kind of goes like
Right,
this, right? So
right.
you just lean over, and so you just kind of have to drive your heel a little bit, land on your back.
Wow.
I got you.
Technically, it's a deadly stunt. If I did it wrong, I could.
Broke
Yeah,
your
hurt
wrist.
myself a
Fucking
lot.
neck, yeah.
So I was doing 10 deadly stunts a day for $11 an hour, and I would never do it again. But it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And
No shit.
that was another fun thing that I
Damn, man.
did to cap off my crazy 4 years that I did. And then I came home and I was like, I'm taking this time to chill. And
Yeah.
like I was working, just subbing, just making money. And I was like, but other than that, I want to just be. I need to take some. I wanted to learn to say no
Right.
more. That's something I've been trying to practice. Like
Interesting.
I felt like in college, I was saying yes to everybody who offered me a project, and while it was good because I did them and I felt like I would do a good job, it was like I was totally overloading myself and just spent so much time. Well, so much time. I had no time to do like a lot of the college things. Just
Sure.
like.
Yeah.
All my buddies going out all the time.
Yeah,
and stuff. It's
partying,
like,
kicking it.
Yeah.
The
Which is
college
like,
experience.
which is cool.
Right.
Because I did get to go sometimes, but it's like I had a lot of friends that were doing it all the time, and I was always taking the time to go do theater and stuff. But they always came out and support me, and that made me
Sure.
feel good. And it was like,
I was the same way when I went to college, but
Yeah.
I didn't finish. See, you finished. So it's weird talking to a kid who actually doesn't need any advice from older people.
I don't think- I do
well,
not
actually,
think
I can tell you-
especially us.
We
like
could
we
probably
will
take some
damage.
advice from him. Actually,
telling you,
I
right?
mean,
I can
Can
tell
you-
you one
can you
thing.
coach us?
If you want to learn how to say no, have children.
That's
Oh
one way
yes,
to do it.
that
yeah.
is one
Dad,
good
can
way.
I? No.
That's
See, that's-
not
but
really on
let's-
the docket.
Yeah, let's see.
but,
Because don't say that because we don't want him to have kids because he can make.
No,
you can
yeah.
do something. Like,
that's
don't
true.
be like
yeah,
us.
I
Be better
definitely-
than
Well,
us.
no,
That's-
this
that's
is
not
one
in the
person we
picture.
actually do want to
Right.
like reproduce eventually.
Well, that's true.
because it's always the wrong people that do it, and then we have
You know
not
what I'm saying?
people like that.
Well, he had a
There's
great-
not very many.
He had great role models from
So
what it
yes,
sounds
please
like.
have
I mean,
kids eventually.
One day.
I mean,
but-
see, I didn't have that when I went to school because I was an athlete too. I played college football
Oh, cool.
and I played quarterback, and I got a full ride.
Nice.
And I was there for 2 years, and I got into the same type of thing. I went to an art school, liberal arts, and I had no idea what I wanted to do either, but I knew football was my way in, right? And my parents weren't exactly, well, my dad had died when I was 15, all right, and my mom and I had a different type of relationship. Nothing like you got.
Yeah.
I respected my mom, but I respected her in the wrong kind of way because she was, well, how would you describe my mom?
She
guys
was a
never met her.
badass. She was
She's a white
She was a
woman.
fighter.
Yeah, she was a white woman who had a
tough.
black woman's attitude.
Okay.
Okay, so she's
Okay.
that.
You
mom.
respected her out of fear.
Well, yes, exactly. But she never. I always felt like this thing with my mom after my dad died, where she didn't want to support me to be successful in a way, in a certain way, but at the same time she kind of did, but she never showed up for anything. You know what I mean? So after my dad died, I realized after second year in college playing ball, it was a end of like a homecoming game. I think we were playing Western or something.
Oh, where'd you go?
UPS, University
yeah,
of Puget Sound, yeah. I'm standing on the field, and all the families are coming down, friends, and everybody's doing their thing, and I'm standing there holding my helmet like I felt like a fucking idiot. And I wanted to cry on a football field. There's no crying in football.
Oh, crying in football.
I never went back. And I just remembered my mom was no more than like 15 minutes away, and she didn't show up. She didn't bring my little brother, little sister, anybody. You know what I mean? And I just like, fuck, I did this. My dad would have been here, but he had passed away, and I just quit. I walked away. That was huge decision for a kid, but I had no guidance. So listening to you talk about having a family like you have, where you've got, your dad inspired you this way, your mom's inspiring this way, your story about your sister. I mean, that shit's fucking
Amazing.
It's
Yeah.
no joke.
It
man.
is. No, it's cool, and you're
I mean,
lucky.
yeah.
I do feel. I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so hard on myself. I feel like about feeling like I need to be doing something and
Yeah,
stuff
man.
because I do.
I
I
get it
feel
now.
so lucky and privileged and just entitled to have the ability to do all these things. And it's like, so I really feel like I need to push myself to do that.
Well, what's cool to see is that they've actually shown you it can't be done.
Yeah.
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 A lot of people walking around don't believe like in what we're trying to create here. There's family and friends we have that blow us off like we're fucking idiots making movies. And
Yeah.
they don't
Make
get it,
fun of
right?
us
they don't.
Yeah, they don't
Whatever.
get it. And it's
Whatever.
like, why would you want to shit on somebody's dream? Why would you want to do
Yeah.
that? So when you have the right type of people like you have in your life, dude, hold on to that.
I have a family
Hold on to
of
that.
basically dream killers, dream crashers. They're not, yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal,
But,
man.
they didn't,
They just don't get it.
no, they don't get it because they didn't do anything with their life.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
That's problem. Another problem with America is just lack of arts and encouragement and
Support. Yeah.
support. Yeah.
Yeah, and paying that positive energy forward. Be proud of what anybody's fucking trying to do. Mm-hmm. You know
I
what
agree,
I mean?
yeah.
That's You don't get that very much anymore. People always judge.
No,
What
they're-
fucking people, man.
They're so negative a lot
Yeah.
of times.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, too. It's hard. I mean, raising kids, they all have things that they think they want to try and do. And you just realize that's not what you're good at.
Well,
but you're
yeah.
still encouraging them because it's
Well,
like,
because we
okay,
dump
until
our
they can
shit
find-
onto them. It's like
Or how
if we
about-
take a turkey base and we're like, and we're squirting it right in their fucking head when they're a kid.
Well, no.
All our problems and issues, everything that we have wrong with us, we put it right into these kids. We do.
Not necessarily.
Well, a lot of people do, I should say.
I was going to say, do we have to go back to Carson's previous story?
I know.
but,
Let's go back
but
to
their fucking
Whoa,
turkey baster
Tiger.
is a good one. They put the right
They got
amount
the
of juice
herbs
in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't just they knew what they were doing.
Well, and it's hard though with kids because they go through so many times of where I want to do this and they're gung ho about it, and then you go and spend $1,000 on a freaking violin that they never touch, or
True.
they pick it up once and then they're like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh great, okay.
It
well,
sounds funny.
It took me like
Right.
all year to save that money for your violin.
I forgot about that
We have a
violin.
violin.
What happened to that violin?
I sold it.
I forgot
Probably
about that.
smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, I understand. I mean, I
Instruments are
bought bass
expensive.
guitars.
They're so
and-
expensive,
so
but you know
expensive.
you
All
want to
kinds of
encourage your kids, so it's like
Yeah.
heck yeah, I'll get you a violin, and it took me forever to get it, but yeah, by the time I got it, she didn't want to play it.
She did.
My first job ever, I worked at a music store in Kent. I was 15. And it
Ted
was
Brown
just
music?
Mills Music.
Okay, I
Which
don't
I
know
think
that one.
it's now Music and Arts or
Okay.
something. I don't know. But yeah, I was a rental specialist, is what they called me.
Dude, you're no joke.
Yeah, I know. And so
Yeah,
I was
I
just
know.
I was like 15, and I was dealing with parents coming in September during they're renting instruments for their kids for
Yeah.
elementary school or whatever,
Yeah.
and they come in and not realizing that it costs money to rent an instrument,
Yeah, exactly.
and I have to tell them that, and I'm a little 15-year-old, getting yelled at by parents
yeah,
who are
they're all
like, "Why does
angry.
it cost this much?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like,
Right.
I got this job 2
Instruments
weeks
are
ago."
expensive.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
why
they
people don't
are.
get that.
Yeah,
But you're the rental specialist.
I know, exactly. I'm like, okay,
But I'm not the purchasing agent.
yeah. So
Wow.
I remember I got a really nice trombone when I was in middle school, I think. I remember feeling so bad because it was a nice trombone. My dad was like, "I think this is one that would be really good for you." I just didn't like it. And I know that's like weird, but there's I
Well,
know
no,
I know
I
the
get
different
it.
feelings between different instruments and stuff because I liked the one I had to start with.
Right.
And then the new one, it's a little bit different. It was a lot heavier, which I know is kind of
Well, it has to
pussy,
feel
really,
right.
'cause-
to
Yeah,
feel
yeah. But
right.
it was like I don't know. I had to get used to it, and just something I never really liked, and I felt really bad because my dad thought it was he was like, "Oh, this is so good," and I was like, "Is there any way we can return it and get a different one?" Like, I really wanted a different one. And one day I did get a new trombone, and it's the one I still use now. So
At least you were honest. My kids just, I
Well, they
love
don't
it,
wanna hurt your
Mom. And
feelings.
then I find it a year later in their closet with the tags on it. I'm like, oh, you loved it so much, didn't you? You liar.
music is
You
so
little
hard.
liar.
Like anything like music is just. It just you got to put hours and hours and hours
Right.
into it to just.
Definitely.
That's why
It's
lucky
crazy.
getting them started early in school and stuff is
Yeah.
like
Right.
the way to go because if they just stick with it, it's like they get that experience because they go to school.
How old were you when you
Right.
started playing?
Fourth
trumpet?
grade, so
Okay.
was I 10, something like that. So, I mean, it was always known. My dad was he was my high school band director as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we all knew, we played instruments and
Yeah.
stuff. So, my dad
musical
played trumpet,
family.
and my brother also played trumpet, and I wanted to play something different. So,
Yeah,
trombone.
cool.
That's what it ended up being, and I love the trombone. It's
That's no
fun.
joke.
Yeah.
Dude, I had first chair a lot when I played.
Yeah.
I did, but
Yeah.
that was what,
That's
fifth
something to
grade?
be- that's something to
Fifth
be proud
fucking
of.
grade.
Hey, that's-
Yeah. Best part was a spit valve when you have to blow all the
Oh,
spit
yeah.
out of that motherfucker. That
Poor
was the
little
best.
Susie in the front of you playing
I
the
tried to
flute.
play guitar, and my guitar teacher told me I had to cut my nails, and I was like, "Why do I have to cut my nails?" Because Dolly Parton plays guitar with her long nails, and she was like, "You have to cut them," so I quit. I was like, "Fuck you,
Guitar is
fat
hard.
bitch." I hated her.
Guitar is
She was
hard.
so
man.
horrible.
Yeah, that's
Cut
rough.
your nails.
Wow.
Like I can play with my nails.
Yeah, I was a
You'd have played good
I was
guitar.
a percussionist.
Yeah.
The problem
You look
with
like
that,
you could play guitar.
That was the one
I should've.
instrument my dad said we couldn't play was drums. He's like, it's too loud.
Oh,
I played them a little bit. I know Chuck
I
did
bought
too.
my brother
Yeah.
a drum
Yeah.
set for
Oh, yeah?
Christmas one year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually bought him like a toddler size one, and I set it all up just to mess with him because he wanted a drum set really bad. And I really got him a real one. It
Oh,
was
so
really cool.
that is cool.
But yeah, I gave him the toddler one first.
It's funny.
well, yeah, it was messed up. He was like what, 19?
No, he was like 15.
Oh,
It was still a little small for him.
but yeah, no, that was a tricky part was because like you're a percussionist in school. You're not a drummer
Right.
because you got to learn how to play the timpani,
Yep.
the xylophone. It's everything that's back there. You're
You know
like,
what's
See, and
cool
I-
now that
I
they
don't.
got
I got a
drum
mullet,
line.
man. I don't want to
Drum
play
lines
no
are really
freaking.
cool. Yeah.
Drum line's bad.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I saw it for the first time when my kids were in middle school, and I was like, "That is so cool. I wish we had that."
Yeah, schools that are
Wow.
big enough to have drum lines, it's cool for people.
Really
It
cool.
gets way more people involved too, just because
seriously.
bigger groups of people. And it's like it's hard. Arts programs are the first to go.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's
It
like
sucks
music
too,
It's
programs.
horrible.
Yeah, music programs go so fast. Choirs, all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff is just feels bad.
I learned drums playing with a buddy of mine in school. I didn't go and take anything. You know what I copied? I copied Tommy Lee from Motley Crue. I wanted to be Tommy Lee. I wanted to be the first brown Tommy Lee. I did. I even copied the fucking, with the drumstick spinning and all that shit. I'm like, I need the fucking thing spinning around. I could be Tommy, get down.
Now
But
you're just a brown Elton John.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But no, I would go to his house after school and just play his drums, and he would be playing like whatever. He could actually play some of the Motley Crue stuff, and I couldn't, but I tried to mimic him. So then when I go to my dad's on the weekends, he was a black guy, right? But he was always playing all the R&B stuff. So I would listen to, what was that one song? Girl, you are to me more than a woman should be. Remember that song?
Yeah,
Dedicate my life to you always. Whoever sang that song. Anyway, it had a do, just a simple drum line.
Right.
I copied that song and I'm like, ooh, I can play that fucking song, you know, and I did that. That's where I started. That was the first song I played on the drums. And then I kept playing and I got better and better. And then when Nirvana came out, which was kind of easier to play, for a minute, I started to copy that and then I didn't have any drums anymore, so I stopped. I know, that's an interesting story, wasn't it?
My experience with drums is rock
See how
band.
exciting my life
Rock
is?
band, yeah.
My first song I learned on playing on a full set of drums was "In the Air Tonight."
So you did do that
from
song.
Phil Collins.
Well, what do you know?
'Cause I'm
Phil
old.
Collins is on my fucking list to talk
Well,
about.
because we just were talking about him earlier.
Yeah,
today.
because he's been trending right now.
Yeah, you see
Yeah.
that video? The
With
video
the
with
kids.
teenagers?
Yes.
Yeah, that video's funny. That
Yeah.
video's
It's
really
fucking
funny.
hilarious. Yeah, and I just watched it tonight on the way here because I've been meaning to watch it and I hadn't watched it all week. But I was wondering why I kept seeing all these posts about like everybody retweeting shit about In the Air Tonight, and they'll have like this deer walking through the yard and it stumbles over this fucking thing right when the drum beat hits. And they showed another kid riding down his street with his
and
bike,
he
hits the garbage
trash
cans and shit.
Yeah.
right
That
at the dun-dun. It's funny as fuck. And I'm like, why is he trending? So I looked those kids up, and Sam was telling me about them on the way here. How cool they are! They're fucking cool.
Yeah,
They're
it's-
really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. She was telling me they react to everything.
Yeah,
Is that
they
what you were
react. Well, they react to music that I know of. I don't know what else they react to.
I don't know
but
either, but-
I know that they do like some cool old songs, though.
Right.
Like Dolly Parton or whatever.
That's badass.
Yeah. Mhm.
See, that's
Yeah,
that's
they
having
listen.
fun during a pandemic. I think for them, to even, if I mean, they could have been doing this way longer. I don't know anything about these kids, but it's a fun little video clip.
No, but they have a lot of followers, so they're
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's very fun. That's fun, and they're bringing back those old songs.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, because they're fucking badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they are cool songs.
yeah. Phil Collins. So that was your first song, though, Chuck?
That and Tusk from Fleetwood Mac.
Yes, good one.
That was a drumline song.
Oh,
that was
okay.
actually
I remember
when
that
I thought,
one.
oh, I'll go
Okay.
into high school and I'll play it because I remember when I got to Gig Harbor, they had gotten rid of the marching band like 3 or 4 years before I got there.
Okay.
But they still had the full drum set, strap on, carry around, that
Oh
full
my God.
that full
Right.
runner
Nice.
set.
Right.
Was
I
sitting
always
there,
don't envy those guys.
and it was just like, yeah, that'd be great to play. And, you know, Mr. Hunt's like, no, sorry, we don't do that.
We don't do
I'm
drum.
like, well, I can wear it during the freaking game. No, we don't do that.
That's so cool.
Okay. Here's a full drum set though.
So
Oh,
many
okay.
things.
I grew up on a lot of that music though because of my dad. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I bet you
Yeah.
did.
My
That's what I was
first
gonna say.
concert ever was Bon Jovi
No joke.
in 7th grade. I went
Living
to
on a
Bon
Prayer?
Jovi. Yeah, it was just me, my brother, and 2 of our friends. Parents dropped us off at Key Arena. We
Who
went and
opened
saw
for him? Do
Bon
you
Jovi.
remember?
Yeah, actually,
Cinderella. No.
He's not that old.
Dashboard Confessional,
Okay.
Yeah, he was
I don't know who that
who
is.
has actually become popular as of recent. They put out some stuff
No
that
shit.
I heard that was. I mean, I don't listen to them, but
I
I
don't
remember
either.
hearing their name being.
I don't remember them at all.
Called on new
Huh.
stuff.
Yeah, you remember it wouldn't have been Cinderella because he said he was in the 7th grade, which was like
Oh yeah,
12
that's
years
true.
ago.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it's old Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I'm
so
thinking
you're
living on a
thinking-
prayer.
yeah,
I'm going
you're
back to the 80s. This nigga wasn't even born yet.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
Shit. Oops.
Yeah. I had
Forgot he
had
was a
like a
baby.
Bon Jovi greatest hits album, one of
Yeah.
those things, and I
You see
listen
what-
to it all the time.
You see what Bon Jovi does now?
No.
You know that restaurant he's got down in, I want to say it's not, I don't know if it's New Orleans, but he owns a restaurant down there. He's
love
always
New
in
Orleans.
it. He's always in it. He's washing dishes and it's no charge. He gives out
Oh, I
food
heard about that.
to
That's
everybody.
cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, look that up. It's fucking cool when you watch him. All the people there work and they're volunteers. You've got like chefs, like culinary chefs that work
Yeah.
there to make like great food for people who can't buy anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that
and you
is
see Bon Jovi in there washing fucking dishes.
You suppose he has time to play video games?
I'm sure he does. Yeah. You know why?
Funny.
Because he's fucking Bon Jovi. He can do what he wants. Yeah. Wow.
What was your first concert?
Mine?
Yeah.
Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
And Tina Turner.
Sick. What?
And Tina Turner.
What was your first concert?
Monsters of Rock. So
Okay.
everybody, Def Leppard.
Sweet.
Shit, that's good too.
Yeah, that was back in 1988, 89,
Yeah.
Nice.
87.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you guys like Huey Lewis?
I love Huey
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
I saw Huey Lewis.
Oh,
I saw
you
Huey Lewis
motherfucker, I
at
never saw him.
Woodland Park Zoo. Yeah.
Nice.
Zoo
Damn.
Tunes.
Woodland Park Zoo.
Woodland Park Zoo. Zoo Tunes.
Man.
Zootunes
That's
comes through.
good.
One of my favorite artists was Trombone Shorty.
Okay.
He's a trombone guy, but
Yeah.
he plays a lot. I mean, he's a New Orleans like legend now, so he
Sure.
closes out Jazz Fest every year, and Jazz Fest has big name people. I've been to Jazz Fest twice in New Orleans. Like I saw it was like Elton John, T.I., and Ed Sheeran all on the same
wow.
night. And I was
Holy
like,
shit.
Yeah, no,
That would be cool.
they're big names, but Trombone Shorty's always the last guy up. Always the last one. He used to. He went after Lenny Kravitz last time I went. It was cool. And he used to be
Jesus Christ.
Lenny
He's seen
Kravitz's trombone player, so
Okay.
he came out and played on Lenny Kravitz's set. It was really
Nice.
cool.
That's badass. Dude.
Yeah, but Huey Lewis. I go to Zootunes because Trombone Shorty's always there, and Huey Lewis was there a couple years ago.
Huey
He was
Lewis
another
is
one.
news,
Had a
man.
greatest hits album.
They're the best, dude.
And he released a new album this year.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up because I love
2020.
Huey Lewis.
Yeah, it was cool. It's I mean,
That's
it's
the
just
power
Huey Lewis.
of love.
Yeah. I had to sign. I did ASL in high school. I had to sign that song. That was the song I chose.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it was.
Good song.
It was sick.
If this is
Very
it,
good.
please let me know. If
love that
this
song.
ain't love, you better let me. We should end the show just singing Huey Lewis. He's no joke, man.
I love Huey
all right.
Lewis, man.
You met us before we started getting into Say Goodbye. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you showed up for an audition. What made you respond to that story or that film we were trying to put together? What was it?
Or
I'm
just
curious.
the casting call.
Well,
Yeah, was it just the casting
Started
call?
with the casting call. I mean, I told you guys like I was just kind of taking this time to save money and then do projects if I could. So it was just casting call came up and I was like, this looks. I was intrigued. I was like, this
Okay.
looks cool. So
Okay.
I reached out and came in for the audition and it went well and everything's been good since. So it's
See,
like,
I'm curious as being a director because I'm in your shoes in a way because this is not my genre.
Yeah.
Right. So he's written something that I have to direct that I really don't feel comfortable with doing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do the best job I can because I think that's how you grow.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
You push yourself. So I have to force myself to try to find his vision. Right, in a faith-based film,
Yeah.
but I have a tendency to say "fuck" a lot. So
Just don't hashtag faith-based when you say it.
Right, but there's a mentality there that I'm trying to tap into. So I was
He actually
curious
did that, didn't he?
if you just responded to the call to be in the film, or did the faith-based film grab you?
It was more just the call in general. But
Okay,
I
okay.
don't really. I mean, for me, it mostly comes down to, I read a script or usually read a script or something, and I'm like, I think this is a story that I think will help people or people need to
Right.
hear, and I want to just be a part of telling that story honestly. And
Cool.
That's kind of my way of doing things. So. Sometimes it's just like, okay, I just need to do something, and I
Okay.
want
No,
some
I-
money,
I respect that. Yeah,
but
that's nothing
but
wrong
yeah,
with
for the
that.
most part, when it comes down to me as an artist, it comes down to that, trying to make honest work and finding something that I'm like, oh yeah, I think this story should be told no matter what I have to do.
Right.
Because that was something that I came up when I was in college doing shows where it's like, oh, I might not be really comfortable doing this,
Mm-hmm.
but that's kind of you were just saying that's how you grow. That's the
Right.
whole part of that.
That's
So,
what you do.
yeah, I did some stuff in college that was like totally outside my comfort zone,
Right.
and those were the most rewarding experiences in my opinion.
So there's hope for me then, is what you're saying.
100%
Okay,
hope.
good.
You're still on your
Because I want to do a good job. Because
Don't worry about it.
I
yeah.
want to do a good job for you. Because it's a great story. I love the story. I just make sure I gotta fucking do it right.
Looking at the casting call, though, you saw the whole call. What made you choose to go with the Matt character over the William character? Because it's the same age range.
I remember. Well, I think I prepared for both. I think I prepared for both.
I think
Actually,
it was
in the
only
audition.
7 months
But
ago.
you
I don't
guys-
know why you can't remember.
But you guys had me read because I remember you guys told me in the audition you were like, "Well, we know you could probably do the William character, so
Right.
would you read for Matt?"
Right.
And I did the Matt part,
Yeah.
and then that's where we ended up going. So
Yeah.
I mean that was
So he did prepare for both.
He
I
did.
did
Because
actually
because he
prepare
takes
for-
shit seriously.
Now, let me ask going from this. So let's go back to our conversation we were having before we went on the air here. So we were talking about the difference between doing the virtual versus doing a live audition. So what's that like for you in preparing?
Okay, so I told Chuck that it's virtual auditions are harder for me, just video auditions, because I just record myself and send it in, which in theory should be 1,000 times easier almost because, I get to do it as many times as I want until I find one that I'm like, that one's good, and I can
Right.
send it out. But I'm also very much a person that I don't like to second guess myself. I really don't. I like when I write, I like to write and maybe I'll do some grammatical edits or something, but I don't like to change anything.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna write this and I'm turning it in. Like that was, how I
I'm
did
right.
my homework or
I'm the
something.
same way.
I'm like, if it's wrong, I'll accept that, but it's like I'm not gonna second guess myself. I don't want
Sure.
to do that. I don't want to.
Sure.
I'm an overthinker, so I'll definitely spend so much time being like, oh, I can totally change this, and then I think too hard about it and stuff.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna go with my first take, my first instinct, and just go with it. So when it comes to live auditions, I prefer that so much more because I know I get one chance,
Right.
and I get to meet the people
Right.
usually. So I like to show people my personality, and I think I want people to know that I'd be fun to work with, or just a nice person in general. Because I mean, with virtual audition, you can't get that. You don't get to feel their presence in the room or whatever. So they're just going off of whatever is
Yeah.
I send them, and so I try my best to be kind of happy and fun at my slate. But it's like I feel kind of fake doing that sometimes.
No, I hear you.
I'm like, I want to just be there.
Go ahead, Chuck. I
Yeah,
know what you're
no,
gonna say.
yeah. We went through that whole thing because we did let some people who were farther out of town or had other auditions going on at the same weekend. We let them go ahead and turn in a tape or turn virtual. And the only one that sold perfectly out of everything that they did was another local actor, Cameron, who's actually just recently moved away, who did an awesome job as doing Matt also. But everyone else is just kind of like, nah. But yeah, we love sitting down with the people after the audition and talking to them. So like, even if somebody just didn't, it's like, oh, well, they didn't nail that perfectly. But in talking to them, we know that they're excited and they want to learn and they want to adapt and they can do better. I mean, the live audition created another character in my story.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't really. You've gotten an advantage with that live audition than someone who's doing it remotely. You do, because that is not. It's not 3-dimensional enough. I mean, this is 2D right here, right? So we're watching this and like, yeah, they nailed the part, but I mean, who the fuck are they? What do they smell like? I mean, what do they look, you know what I mean? We don't know anything.
Sometimes you don't want to know.
Right? But when you come in and do what you're saying, that's absolutely right. But I love the fact you're talking about that first take, because I honestly believe, kind of like you do in that regard. Like when I write a script, I don't go back and rewrite it. I don't do a first draft, second draft, third draft. I do a vomit draft. I put it all down and I'm like, that's our fucking script. This is what we can make changes as we go, but that's the foundation right there. So if we all work together and collaborate, we can make alterations as we go. I have no problem with that, but I'm not going to sit here and dissect the story. That's the story. Let's go for it now. Let's not change anything. I really do. A lot of people do what you do. They got to tighten this up, tighten that up, tighten that up. And I get that. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that if that's your way, but I don't think there's only one way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially doing what you're saying about doing that first take on something, not second guessing yourself. I think people talk themselves out of being great by thinking too much. I really do. So that's really cool. You do that. And I remember I was fighting for this kid.
Oh yeah,
I was.
I appreciate it.
I love Carson.
That
Immediately,
so much.
like
I did. I had a feeling, man. I mean,
Yeah, he had a feeling about you.
yeah, he's good. He's good. You got a good one, Chuck. Now I got to just direct this shit.
Yeah.
on the same thing though, in terms of like preparation, doing it live is like, because I know I'm only gonna do one take, and I can just, I'm gonna prep how I want to do it.
Right.
That's good discipline though. To be,
so
to
I
do
can
that.
so I can just kind of be practicing. I know my lines better usually.
You're probably good in like a like a situation when other people panic, like a emergency or whatever. You're probably really good in that kind of a situation.
No,
Maybe
Thank you,
you're
Bill.
good under pressure.
I've always
Under
kind
pressure,
of thought
yes.
that, but I've never. I don't really know. I don't really. It's,
Well, I
I don't
mean,
really know. But like,
Some people-
you might in your life one day know, but I bet you're pretty good.
Yeah, some people rise to the occasion under pressure and feed off that, and some people crumble.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
They can't
They
do
freeze.
it. Yeah, they freeze. They lock up. They can't do
Yeah.
it. I've always loved that feeling. I always search for that. When people get butterflies and they get nervous, I love that feeling. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
I used to love it. That's why I couldn't wait to play football every fucking night, or any track event we ever did, or basketball games I had to play in high school. When I got in college, the night before the game, you just can't even fucking sleep and you're shaking. Chuck, you know what I'm talking about, that
of course.
feeling, right? Love that feeling. When the sports ended, I searched for it. And the weirdest thing I found was karaoke, and everybody's so chicken shit to go sing karaoke, right?
love
I fucking
karaoke.
love the
I love
anticipation,
karaoke.
right? It's
Yeah.
so much fun, especially when it first came out. We were doing it like when it first started to hit. Back
You
in
weren't
the-
born yet.
You weren't born yet. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
way back.
1997.
When we wound up our fucking cars and shit to get
I was
where
one.
we had to
I was
go.
one.
years old.
I was there. I was
Sorry.
there. I was sending good vibes.
Yeah, I love that feeling then. And movies do that for me now. That anticipation, that excitement, acting, getting up there and doing all that stuff is is fun. That's that pressure. I love it. I love it. I loved it in college with speech classes. I love getting up there and debating with people. I loved that shit.
I love doing like whenever we could do like, we could choose within a project to do like a speech or make a video or something. I was always doing speech or video or something.
Yeah,
so
man.
Just go out there and just do it. And then,
right.
Also the teacher always thinks it's like, wow, they made a video. They put so much effort into it. And I was like, I literally just improvised the whole thing.
Yeah, I just fucked it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. That's fucking cool, man. Wow. Carson, you're a good dude, man. Wait, what how'd you get into all the music shit you were doing? What's with the rapping though, bro? How'd you get into that?
So it started kind of randomly. Me and my brother, I was in like 8th grade maybe, that we
Okay.
recorded our first songs, if you can even call it that.
Right.
We were just rapping about, we just freestyled about nerdy things. We were so bad. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So it was like our first one was a Star Wars rap. We just
No joke.
rapped about Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
Just randomly. This was all in 8th grade. We did one about Lord of the Rings, The Office. Do you guys know what geocaching is?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course he does.
It's like a treasure hunt, I guess.
Yes.
I really know. I have an app for it, and there's a lot more than you would think.
Is this
There's-
the white people app? Do I have to get a different kind of phone?
Honestly,
Yes.
it's
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
it's
What
like
is that on an iPhone,
there's
like 11 or something? Because I got like iPhone 6 plus.
Geocaching was back in probably 2010. I think that's when my
so
kids were doing it because we were doing it all through the harbor.
It's fun.
So you needed
I
internet
love it.
for it though.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Oh my God, I love Carmen Sandiego. We used to play that on my computer all the time when I was little.
Wow.
But yeah, the geocaching, we made like a geocache wrap, and then we would like burn it onto a CD and we'd leave it in the geocache. Because it's like a take something, leave something, because they're like little, it'll be
yeah,
like either like an army crate or like a Tupperware or something. There's just little trinkets in there because people leave something and take something. You sign
Gotcha.
a log, say that you found it. And so,
Or
yeah,
a screw in the side of a light pole, and you take the screw out, and inside the
there's some
screw is
tricky,
a thing, and you pull it out, and you
ones.
sign your name, and you put it back
I've
in.
never heard of this in my entire life.
It's fun.
No
It's
idea.
fun. Yeah, I still go every once in a while, just if my friends are up for it. Or if you go on a hike, there's always going to be geocaches there.
That's probably
So it's
why I
like-
don't go in the woods very often.
So, yeah,
know.
so geocaching's fun, and we made a geocache wrap, and then
Okay.
from there, kind of just, I don't know,
You
eventually we
started
started
doing it.
writing lyrics.
Okay.
And I don't know, we always just recorded. There were shitty recordings on our laptop, but it was just kind of something we did for fun every once in a while. And then, I don't know, I did some more in college, and I have some friends who are really into hip hop and stuff, and they're like, dude, you're not actually that bad.
Mm-hmm. You're
Like,
good,
you know,
man.
Like you're not
You're
actually
actually
that
pretty
bad.
good.
Please don't
And
say it
then-
like you're so surprised. I mean, come
Again,
on.
kind of vibe a
Well,
little
it's a,
bit.
Yeah.
like, I mean, like,
Right?
you guys honestly kind of said earlier, like, I'm not, you wouldn't expect me to be a rapper.
No.
And Same,
I did
same
not
thing when I
either.
went out there and played
Surprising.
basketball. I was like, they were not expecting me to be
And they're like, man, white boy
a
can
good
ball.
basketball player. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, that's always kind of been a thing for me.
Right.
And I don't know if that's like, this is kind of a really weird thing to be complaining about, but
Well, you're probably blacker than I am.
Yeah, he raps,
right?
he balls. Yeah, he
know,
is.
right?
Just
blacker
like-
than
I'm
Just
me.
sitting
like
here
that-
sweating bullets.
And
for the
he's
kid's
young
like, "Whew."
still.
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I just felt like, people were, they expect you to be a certain way.
Right.
It's like, I had this long hair and somehow had a beard in 8th grade or 8th grade. Oh my God.
Jesus
when I was
Christ.
18,
Sounds like me.
when I was 18,
I've
I,
known kids that had a
I was
beard
able
in
to-
8th grade.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. And so I, just kind of look funny out there playing basketball, but it's like, I could ball out
You could
a little
ball.
bit.
All
So
right.
Wow,
it's like
so
same
you're-
thing.
You're
Rapping.
the whitest black guy, and
I'm pretty
he's
much
probably
the
the
whitest
blackest white guy. So yeah,
That's balancing out. Yep.
Nah,
Yep.
but,
It's kind of like Biden with Harris right now. It's the same thing.
oh man,
Okay,
they had that
stop
like
with the
speech
politics.
today, right?
I know, I didn't
I
see
didn't
it.
really
Politics.
listen. I didn't listen. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't need to talk about politics.
no,
No one wants to talk
we
we
about
should have a
politics
rule
ever.
about that.
Yeah, that should be
No
right?
fun.
That's
Illegal.
the
It should
P
be
word.
illegal.
The P
no fun.
word.
Don't talk about politics in a bar or the podcast.
This is a safer environment. I
It's not
think.
safe here.
It is safe. We're
No.
yeah.
Who
And unless
who
we
are
get-
you afraid of?
Politics.
She don't like it. She don't like it.
I
I know she
hate.
doesn't like it.
It's fine
I
because
mean,
it
I'm
brings up a bunch of icky shit. And I get it. It's
My
just-
dad's always watching the news, and I go
Me too,
upstairs
bro.
something. It's just always on, and I'm like,
Me too, bro.
well, it's good. It's good to stay
I know.
informed, whatever.
My
I-
grandfather
you don't
was a
even know
politician,
anymore.
so that's
Okay, that's something I wouldn't understand. I would never understand that.
I didn't
fine.
understand it either, and I still don't.
It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. I try to make sense of it. That's why it's so intriguing to me. It's probably just like that game you guys were playing in the woods. Just trying to figure shit out. Yeah, take a little bit out and put something back in. I don't even know what the fuck to take.
You find something, you take it home, you keep it. I mean, you found it. Congratulations.
Well,
It's like golfing.
That's like one bit of knowledge if you
golfing?
can find it on the news. If you can find it.
I like golf. I haven't played golf in a while.
I haven't either.
I'd rather watch Days of Our Lives. It's the same kind of thing.
Than watching politics or listening to
I
politics.
mean, it's similar, only
Right.
it's a little better.
That's true. It is.
The acting's a little
It's
better.
a little more real.
it
Yes,
can be.
yeah. I wish I could act like politicians.
The Oscar goes to.
Oh, it's so bad, man.
Speaking of
shit.
golf, I guess.
Yeah.
I played on the golf team for 1 year. That was fun.
Okay.
What have you not done? Is that like a pretty? That's probably a shorter list.
Deep sea fishing. I bet you haven't went deep sea fishing.
No.
See?
Well, I've done like the salmon fishing sound.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Have you
Did
done
that
fly
once.
fishing?
I haven't done fly fishing.
Oh, so there's a couple things he
See?
hasn't done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fishing is something I've not done very much of.
It's
All right.
fun. You should do
Yeah.
more of it.
Really?
It's
You
a
think
it's
so?
a white
You think
people
so?
thing. You put it on your bucket list. You got to
yeah?
get that done before you die. You do.
Okay.
You do. You're
All
white. You have
I do
to.
have I do have friends that invite me out sometimes. Like,
It's
"Hey,
really
let's go
relaxing
fishing."
and very zen.
I heard I love water.
Okay.
I like
You
you
love
know
it.
like streams and stuff. I like
Sure.
when I in college. There's it's the Spokane, so the river, like
Oh,
right
yeah,
down
you
right by the
float
city.
down
So
it?
yeah, if I ever felt like I don't know, I just was whatever was going on in my head, I'd go journal down by the river, and that was like
Nice.
my like
Gotcha.
relaxing. I don't know what it is about
Super
water.
relaxing
but, yeah.
though.
So like fishing. I don't think I need to go out on a boat. I'm not like crazy about that. But
Good
I could
for
just
you.
sit there. I feel like I could just sit there and
Yeah, you can
throw my
sit
line
there off a
in
dock or
and-
whatever.
See? I think he is part black. I do.
He's like, I'm not
smart.
going out in the
He's
boat.
smart. He's smart.
I'm not a big boat person.
Yeah, I don't blame
I'll
him.
go.
Do you go skiing?
No,
See?
that's something I do want
See
to
what
do.
I mean?
My uncle's really big into like skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a little cousin who's like crazy
Right.
skier. So yeah, I've wanted to go, but I've never.
We'll learn how to
snowboarded or
skateboard,
skied or
and then
something.
maybe you can snowboard.
That's a start. That's already a start. My mom always goes, "You have my balance," so she always says I can do those things.
Brazilian.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, she would
No,
know.
Joe, getting down in the jiu-jitsu.
But she did.
man.
She played like volley. She went to Wazoo, played
Okay.
volleyball there. So
Okay.
she was. Yeah, she had. I don't know. all
She's
sorts of
a good
skills.
athlete, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her and my dad were both athletes. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Badass, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
She wrote an article. I know, talk about my mom again. She wrote an article when she was in college. I think about balance being your sixth sense or something like that.
Oh,
I was like, that was kind of cool. Yeah,
That's really cool.
Because if you think
She
about
should
it, like,
write
you,
a book on
you close
that.
your eyes and like you kind of you can feel your balance.
Balance
right?
is
I don't know if that
important.
just
Absolutely.
falls into.
No, I never thought of that.
It's not really touches. I mean, that's not. I don't really know. I don't. It just
Right, like if you close your eyes, like we've all done it, you close your eyes and just try to walk around the room, you know,
Yeah,
and trying to
or-
feel your way without
Yeah,
touching
being
shit.
aware of yourself in a space is
Right.
like that's a sense. Like,
That is a
that's all right.
sense.
I bet she could write a cool book about that.
Probably. I mean,
You should tell her to.
I can actually do it
Yeah,
really well.
she
I'm
is.
like Daredevil. I know exactly what the fuck to
Oh,
do.
yeah?
Oh, yeah. I can
Oh,
see it
wow.
all. I close my eyes. I can see it all. Like right now, I know exactly what Sam's doing. Chuck's picking his nose. Carson's smiling right now. Shit.
No, you
What
were
was
one
I
for
doing?
three.
You were flipping me off.
One for three.
Well,
I didn't
you
want to
saw
say that.
that,
This is a family show. I wasn't trying to say that.
Yeah, definitely family
It
show.
is.
and
Fuck.
shit.
What else were you doing?
Oh my god. Oh shit. We're at an hour and 11 minutes.
Who cares?
I know. I'm fine. It's
Oh, I'm having a
fine.
great time.
What the hell?
It's
No,
not.
it's
It's
good.
not like last week when Sam just suddenly
Shut
just
us down.
Shut
I know,
the
I
show
did. I was
down.
like-
We were like talking, also just like, yes, it was great today, guys. It's just like
I just
Okay,
clipped
so
it.
who-
I
who-
clipped it.
Who can rap here? Who's got a rap? We got a rap. He already has a rap. No, everybody's got a
Come
rap.
on,
Chuck,
come on,
do a
come
rap.
on.
Sam, do a rap. Rap something.
Yeah.
You're good at it, Sam. You know it. I got you.
Okay,
You do
but I
something.
can't think of it on the fly like that.
Okay, go.
I'm bad under pressure.
What about you,
Pressure
Chuck?
me.
Give her a minute. You got no rap?
I got a rap.
What do you guys?
It was
who
like
are
a
who are your
Wild
rap
Wild
artists?
West,
Who do you
Jim
guys
West,
like?
Desperado,
Guess
Rough
what-
Rider.
what-
No, you don't want none of this. Six gun and this brother running this Buffalo Soldier. Look, it's what I told you.
Ooh.
Come on now. That's Will Smith. That's all I got.
That's just
All right,
because
Carson.
I used to put that in for him for karaoke
Wickedy,
every time we
wickedy,
go
wow.
out. He'd
Wickedy,
be like,
wow.
Wait,
Wickedy,
what
Oh, I
what
can-
song was that? It sounds.
Wild
It's
Wild West.
Wild West.
Yeah, from the shitty Will Smith movie when he should have done Matrix,
What's
but
that
that's okay.
one? What's that one
Pretty sure
country
they
one
can
that I do? that I
That's
can
your
do?
Old Town
Jason
Road or
Aldean?
something?
Yeah, or yeah, something like that. No,
No,
not
it's
Old Town Road,
it's with what's his name?
There's another
Dirt,
country
Dirt
rap
Road.
song.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
Dirt.
on a dirt road.
Yeah.
And it's who is that?
Jason
With-
Aldean.
Jason Aldean,
He's
yes,
the one who
it's
does
It's Jason
the country
Aldean, but it's
rap.
with
Luda.
Fast
Luda.
talking.
It's
Luda.
Luda's part. Yes,
oh
it's
my
Luda's
god,
part.
ludicrous.
Well, I can do the Luda part of that
Yeah.
song.
I remember that.
You're
Remember
gonna
like the "What's Your Fantasy" song? I should
Oh,
not have been
yes.
singing the lyrics to
Yes.
that in like 7th grade. But
I
want to know what's your fantasy?
I'm trying to get to the memory laid up in the headlights. It's something like that, right?
Huh? Yeah, that's the song.
I can't
No,
remember
that's
the
the
words.
wrong song. You're thinking that the one you're singing is
That's when Luda kicks in. Luda, and then she goes.
Luda.
And I'm feeling like $1 million stacked up on $100 bills.
That's it right there.
Nice.
That's
And I'm
it.
running on the Hot Wheels.
That's the one right there. Okay, Chuck, you got one.
no.
No.
All right, Carson, you.
Jesus.
You got one.
I got who?
Go.
Give me
I don't-
some.
There's
Just
a lot of
a clip.
I mean, there's a lot of different artists I've been listening to right
Pick
now.
whatever.
So many.
Do your own. Do
Give us
whatever.
one, yeah.
Just do some.
What's you guys are making me think off the top and it's hurting.
Billy shakes in the Honda.
Oh my god. Okay, so
Well,
I'm
you
like
guys were
Katana.
say we
Ice
could
me
have
out
him
like
do one of his
LaFonda.
own.
There you go.
Hop out the whip like Geronimo. Shouty, take me to the dance floor. Need a bad bitch, you gon' drop that booty low. Let's go, girl, get on your knees. Need a bad bitch, you rather do seppuku than cheat. That's loyalty, bam. Don't you see I got a plan so your eyes look straight to the rubber in my hand, or don't worry. I know no means no. You only want to fuck for this consensual flow. You know, I think I sound crazy to be saying those things, and then she turned around and filled me like a Twinkie with cream. God damn. That shit really sound gross, but it's too late. My dick already deep in her throat. Girl, damn. You really got that curry range. Only took a sec to realize that what I said was quite strange, so I think of something else so that I don't come early, like what happened to Ye or Clay Anthony early. By the gold on my chain, be looking so pearly. Did I mess up? I need to dress up. What's up? I fit some black jeans, Collins's chain. I look down, my shirt's Hurley. Did it work? I last a whole 30.
Boom!
What?
I'm surprised I even remember that.
Dude, you killed it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Aaron puts people on the spot, though, he usually makes this uncomfortable, intense eye contact, and he left you alone. Though he put his head down and just
I
listened.
loved it.
It was
I
I
love
nice.
the song.
appreciate it.
It's
I
fun.
appreciate it.
It's
Yeah.
super fun, man. Good job.
Yeah, me and my brother, we still got some music on SoundCloud that we post. I've actually been I've been wanting to release like a EP or something by myself. I know I feel bad. Me and my brother still do a lot of rapping together, but
Right.
he's more of like, he likes to have fun when we like rap about stuff. You know
Whatever,
what I mean?
yeah.
And I love doing that too.
But
So-
still,
He
it's
still
fun.
wants to keep it nerdy.
probably, yeah.
Do that
it's,
shit,
you know,
man. Just,
so
yeah.
But
So-
he can flow.
He can flow.
I got
getting
got a
down.
lot of stuff I'm working
So you
on.
guys do your own music too, or do you guys does somebody else mix your stuff for you?
No, usually, I mean, to be honest, the beats and stuff, a lot of times just literally go on YouTube or something. I buy, like, the one I use for the Billy Shakes one I bought to be, they're really not that expensive for the most
Ooh.
part. It's like I bought the license for,
Get
like,
GroovePad.
It was like GroovePad?
GroovePad.
Is that
It's an app.
an app? But is it
You
like
will
a
love it.
beat
It's
making
cool. I'll
software?
show you.
Is it beat making or what is
Yeah,
it?
you make beats.
See,
It's
that's
super
another
cool.
thing.
Is that the one you used for us?
That is the one I used to make the intro song or the intro
For the
beat
podcast,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's another thing I thought about doing during quarantine was buying some beat making software and trying to learn how to do that because I
Just
don't know because
download
otherwise I'm always buying
GroovePad.
shit. So
Ooh, am I giving them a commercial? They should sponsor us. Huh?
Talk about whatever
yeah,
you
give
want.
us a
No,
GroovePad.
let people know.
Sponsor us, GroovePad.
GroovePad?
GroovePad.
GroovePad.
What's the exciting thing about GroovePad?
It's really exciting. Download it and find out. It's cool. You won't regret it.
Boom.
I'm sold.
That's all you got to fucking say.
I mean, you can make your own beats. It's so cool.
Yeah. And if you like the song that you hear on our program here,
We did that. I did that.
She made
on
that.
GroovePad.
GroovePad.
Yeah.
GroovePad.
GroovePad. You're welcome.
That's awesome. Good deal.
I mean,
well-
thank you.
Yes. Well, what we got? Anything else? Did we do good?
I don't know. I want to go downstairs and hug my family because it feels like, after listening to Carson talk about everything, it's just like,
Oh, don't say that.
oh, that's so
Don't say
nice.
that.
And
Don't
it's
say
so.
that.
I want to go hug
Nice.
Carson's family.
I know. Me too.
Dude,
I want to
fucking
go
cool.
live at Carson's house.
I tried not to say that stuff
Johnny,
because you
still
guys already
back
call me
there?
creepy.
I know. We're just going
Oh,
to follow Carson home.
We did. My brother just moved back home though. So.
Oh,
Shit.
man.
Yeah,
Damn, you had a room
Dang, I
too?
should've asked
Yeah,
a
we
little
did. We had a
sooner.
guest room, but he just moved back in.
Our kids
so.
would be at home like, what the fuck? Where are you coming back? We're like
know,
kicking
we're
it at Carson's. We're going to make a sitcom out of that. Kicking it at Carson's.
That'd be fun. That'd be so fun. Sitcom would be great.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
were you one of those houses where all your friends came over?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were. We
Yeah.
were. It was like during the summer. We lived right across the street from a lake, so it was
Oh,
always
okay.
during the summer. All the friends would come over, and
So it
we'd all
was
go
kicking it at
swimming.
Carson's.
Yeah, we'd play video games, whatever it was
Yeah.
during the summer. That was always the best. But it's not like that anymore.
I know.
Everybody's doing their own thing now.
Yeah,
Well,
it happens.
Carson,
so.
we're coming over or moving in.
Yeah,
or
there we go.
whatever.
Got new friends.
You crash your pad.
Well, I can't wait to work with you.
I'm excited. Yeah,
Super
I've
fun.
been wanting to do something for like.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
You're such an interesting young person.
Thank you.
And you're very talented.
Yeah,
and I can tell you've got ambition and a goal.
Thank you.
And that's very cool, man.
Appreciate
so you
that.
keep it up. Seriously.
I have to remind myself that sometimes even.
No, it's been a pleasure
You got it.
talking to you.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
absolutely.
This is really fun.
Good.
Really
I'm
fun.
glad you like. I enjoyed you being here.
You know, we
so.
have those chat groups too. Anytime you're doubting that, just hop on there and say something. Just everybody talk. Say something once in a while.
You know, but like he said, everybody's doing their own thing. I mean,
Right.
we're just stuck at fucking home trying to
Yeah,
figure shit
no,
out.
it's a setback. It's not forever, but everyone's going through the same thing. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people are depressed and stuff, though. So
Yeah.
that's
But it's,
hard.
it's
to-
ups and downs for everyone. It's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, the weather, you wake up today and it's, cloudy outside and I'm like, come on. Now.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I gotta get up.
Yeah.
This was the day I was going to go outside, and now it's cloudy, so I can't.
Yeah. You could always turn on Red Dead Redemption though and play that shit.
Dude, oh man, Red Dead. Oh,
I know.
such a good game.
I tried to get
remember
these guys on it. They won't play it.
Red Dead. Oh, it's a class. That's like
Fucking a new
playing,
one.
It's
The
like
new one
playing
is
a
the
movie.
It
I like
is.
watching-
Playing a
this
movie
is-
is
I like
so
watching that one.
It's good.
I'm not
thing.
the kind of person
Fun
you
to
have to
watch.
try and convince me because of how awesome it is. I know how awesome it is. The problem is me finding the time to do it because we're kind of we're stuck in a. Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
Sam,
that's
I
it.
found,
Start
I
playing
found
the
the violin
violin.
you
play the-
sold. I
you found that?
I found the violin.
Yeah.
That's right here. Let's see if it still works. Sorry, Chuck.
Yeah, Red Dead is the only country
alright.
that. Well, no, Aaron listens to country. 'cause
I do listen to
'cause
country
I forced
now.
it on him, but
I do like
He,
it because I always had to listen to Chuck's country and I didn't really understand it. I didn't think I didn't like it. I just didn't understand the whole. What are you doing out there on the dance floor when he was doing the
he's doing the line dancing.
whatever that fucking shit was you did?
He was kicking up the
No, it
boots.
wasn't.
Do you do swing
no,
dancing?
it was
Do you
it
like-
was swing, two-stepping.
Yeah,
all that kind
Swing is so fun. I
and he
wish
had
I was better
he
at
always
it.
had a fucking buckle with like an eagle on it.
that was
big
the big
old
one.
belt
Yeah.
buckle.
Yeah, I had a big buckle, like an eagle buckle, and I come walking
Do
in.
you teach any
I
swing
felt like
dancing classes?
I felt like Eddie Murphy in 48
So
Hours
before-
walking in to the white bar all the time. That's how I felt.
And that's what it was like. He walked into the Silver Spur, and like the music stopped, and the crickets hit,
And they
he's
all
like,
looked my way. Yep. And then
This
and
was,
I go up
this
to-
was all
yeah.
before you were born.
I know, and I go up to the bar and I get a drink. And they're like, "What do you want? A Black Russian?" Remember that?
Nobody.
No, that's from
No, that's from the movie.
stupid.
Like shit. Rude.
Man, those were crazy days.
Yeah. There's a lot more stories.
Chuck, you
there.
teach swing dancing though? I'd love some
No, I
lessons.
didn't.
He's got-
I never taught swing. I did help I did help teach the two-step and all that kind of stuff. There was
cool.
always female instructors at the Cimarron here in the harbor, so I would always work with them to do the coaching and stuff and teaching everybody how to do stuff. But that's actually, if my wife is actually going to listen to this podcast, it's almost a sore subject because here was I used to do all this dancing and that time of our life we weren't together because we were together in high school. We split up and then we came back together. And that's one of her regrets is she never had a chance to go do all that dance with me. So
Oh, you better put your boots
Yeah.
on, Chuck.
And
Put
literally-
your
Sounds like you gotta
dancing
make some
boots
time for that
on.
and video
And if
games.
you've ever noticed, Chuck has no ass because he danced it the fuck off.
Okay, let's go, Chuck.
He really does have.
He got no
ass,
booty,
so
man.
It's really
He
funny.
got
Like
no booty.
none.
That is the flattest.
Dancing's so much
It
fun.
was-
I love dancing.
it was
Boy,
yeah those
he danced his ass off.
those Levi's just made everything look good. Actually, excuse me,
What?
those Wranglers.
Wranglers.
Wranglers,
Wranglers.
Had to get the boot
Saggy
cut.
butt
restart.
jeans.
We're all
No,
about
that
that.
like the song?
there was no.
Oh, back then
there
they were
was
saggy
there was
pants?
there was no doubt of definitions for anything because everything was so tight.
Pre Brett Favre
Oh.
commercials,
Mm-hmm.
pre Brett Favre
Well,
Wrangler commercials.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
all
that was
those?
before
At
that
least it
too.
wasn't
Yeah.
skinny jeans. I hate guys in skinny jeans.
They didn't have those
It's
back
really
then.
bad.
You can't wear skinny if you wear skinny jeans and the pant legs going in the boot and
Yeah, what's wrong with
that-
that? It's got to go outside.
But then
of the
it's a
boot.
little weird for the guy sometimes.
Well, I mean,
I don't fucking know what you guys are talking about.
We're talking about wearing
we're
boots.
talking
I know,
about
I know.
cowboy boots.
I'm just-
and
I've
the
never
pants
worn
going
It's not my
in the
thing.
boot or
Yeah.
outside of. The
I've
boot.
never worn any boot with a cowboy.
That's
around.
not true. You put on a pair of my boots for one of the things that we did with
I
the
did
kids one
not.
time.
No, I did
you
not.
wore my brown boots for a scene. What were we doing?
A cowboy movie?
No, we weren't doing a cowboy movie. It was no. Didn't you put on my pants and my boots when you laid down because I was still playing one of the killers for one of the Fred and Sam movies? that
Oh,
we
maybe I
did.
did. Maybe I did.
Maybe
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking of.
It could have been. I don't remember though.
I thought I saw it. You went out dancing with me one time. I was like, "Here, put those on so you don't fall on your ass."
No, I didn't. No, I never
Oh
went
my
out
god!
there.
I would pay to see you in some cowboy boots, though.
No, but you know what's sad is I know how to do that fucking dance because of him.
That is really
Which one, the
sad.
tush push or the?
No, the one that they do with the electric slide thing.
Oh, yeah, you do know how to do that.
I know how to
'Cause
do
you
that
were
because
up there
of
with
him.
all the old people doing it at the Eagles.
At the Eagles Club, yeah, because of Chuck.
Throwing you under the bus.
I know. That happens here a lot. It's fine. Man.
We're all bus drivers. We like
Yeah,
to drive over,
except for
back
Aaron.
up.
Not a bus driver.
No, he just gets run over by it all the time.
Yeah, I get hit. Yeah, it's fine.
Just,
Yeah.
gets caught under our tires.
I got the, in the video games when you got the good physical, what do they call it?
The physics out.
Whatever that
Physical attributes.
Yeah, well, no, there's a word for it. Anyway, with the way the bodies go flying, that's me pretty much.
Yeah.
Daily in my life.
Well, that's
That's fun. Other people enjoy that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I strive for that.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's good. As long as everybody else is happy.
I live for that.
You're like Keanu Reeves in Speed. You got that screwdriver dug into the freaking gas line, and you're just praying you don't fall off.
Right, yeah.
Don't give him Keanu.
That's a very
no,
good-
don't give him that.
Yeah.
In Speed.
That's pretty good.
No, don't do it.
Yeah.
No,
Aaron's
he's
not
like,
worthy of a Keanu reference.
No.
Oh, man.
Okay, you can have it.
Okay, Keanu? I can take Keanu.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Party on, dude.
And that's a wrap.
Bill and Ted. All right, yeah, we'll get out of here. Carson, it was a pleasure having you, my friend.
It's awesome.
All right,
so much
buddy.
fun.
We'll get you back on here again one of these days when you're not doing nothing.
Sounds
Who knows how long we'll have?
For real.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, what if this pandemic wasn't really? What if this is a test? I forgot to mention that. Like
The emergency broadcast system.
We're going into this right
like
now.
a,
It's a
just real quick
simulation.
before we
Wait,
close it out.
hang on. Cut the music.
Like like a test in our duality. You know what I mean? You know how we all have two sides, right?
Right.
Why is it that some countries out there have able to do better than us?
Because we suck.
Right.
Everyone makes
Okay.
fun of
but,
us.
But think about it though. Like there's some about duality in Americans, like in our country. Like we are a constant
We are
battle within
spoiled-ass.
ourselves, right? Yeah, like the spoiledness comes out, or I don't trust somebody.
Yeah,
or,
I think it's a lot of trust, a lot of
You know what I
self-centered.
mean?
Like,
Yeah,
like
we're so-
we all
Little brats.
don't really trust politics or anything, so
No.
it's
Right.
hard to listen to what they say. And then you also think that you know more than other
Right.
people, so you're
Yeah.
like,
Right.
okay, I don't need to know this. or
Correct.
do
So-
this, or
Yeah, so you got other countries though have done way better than we have, and some of them have actually eliminated any kind of cases or death right now.
Yeah.
Because they all just did what they were supposed to
Because
do.
they're smart.
And they took the time to be locked down, and they changed it, and now they're fine. They're doing things like normal. They're back to their normal, where
We
we're
failed.
still
so bad.
fighting
We failed the test.
and
so
arguing,
bad.
and it's stretching the
Miserably.
time out so far. Our duality is what I'm talking about. It's just ridiculous. We can't pick a fucking side, all of us, to just do what's right.
You guys
Well,
saw
but the
that?
way you say that though is wrong, because you said we can't pick a side, but you're asking everybody to pick one side. But who knows what the right side is? And the problem is all Americans don't want. We've had this conversation many times.
But-
Nobody wants to shut up and listen to anybody.
Right, but
They just
that's
want to argue
the
their
thing.
point.
Other countries have done it. So what idiots can't do what they did? And basically what they did was they stayed in lockdown, they put on masks, they social distance, that's all they did. And it's gone. Okay, if that's the right way to do it, to speed this process up so people can get back to work and do what they got to do, what is with these other people that are fighting that? Why? Why do we do that as
We're
Americans?
dumb.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
That is-
dumb.
I mean,
It comes
that's
down to
just
it.
what it
Yeah.
comes down to.
Dumb.
If you just down to the basics, we're dumb. Yeah.
They're just picking that
We're just
side
dumb.
to be
I mean,
fucking assholes.
It's just stupid. It's stubborn.
They really
Stubborn.
are.
Stubborn.
They really
We're
are.
stubborn.
They're being stubborn. They're thinking it's fake. They're justifying what they got to do because they don't believe somebody. And it's like, try it. Just wear your fucking shit and stay the fuck home for a minute and see what happens. If you're right, then you can brag all you want
Yeah.
after a month, and be like,
But
yeah,
the-
you fuckers were wrong. I told you. Okay, fine. But at least thank you for trying.
Their argument,
You know
though,
what I
is, but their argument is because if they can't prove they're right if they're staying home. If they stay home, they're being pushed down and they can't do what they do.
Oh my God. But
hey,
we're losing this
I
battle.
know.
I know it's so,
It's so sad and
it's-
stupid.
makes you ashamed.
Well, as
to,
the
like,
world's
live
on
here.
fire and the United States crumbles to pieces, and they're like, "Yeah, freedom." I'm like, "You dumb motherfuckers! Now we're all dead.
Now we're
You
gonna
won.
learn.
Good for you." Statue of Liberty's fallen. We got Snake Plissken running around trying to find a fucking president. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
man.
like, dude. I don't know. I don't get it. All right, let's
Yeah.
close it out. It's bullshit.
What the hell?
Yeah, we don't need to. We don't
Why
need to
you
go into the
wait,
P word.
Why do you want to go into? Why do you want to go into there and ended everything with this
I know,
bad
on
negative?
a bad note. Now we have to keep talking.
We just got done
so we
talking
can
about
change
how
it to
wonderful
a good
Carson's
note.
family was, and then
Yeah.
we get the first what the hell.
I'm about.
something
I
better,
just-
nicer.
I like
Aaron
to
just wants to,
balance
like,
everything
shit on the-
out.
Yeah, he just took a big
Okay.
crap on
You
a
guys, you guys
beautiful
like
podcast.
you guys like anybody like the NBA here? I don't know. I'm a big NBA fan.
I don't watch sports anymore. I retired when
no.
Elway did.
Okay.
I did.
Well, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job
That's no
with
joke.
with the
With the
Oh, they are?
thing.
see,
Yeah.
that's what I
Like they
read
made their
some.
little bubble and like they haven't had a case.
Oh, I heard
since
about that.
July.
That's fucking cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I heard that.
everything's going well.
That's
Other
good.
sports can't say that. So
Yeah, but at
Yeah,
least
but-
I mean, you got to try. You got to adapt and do
The
what you
NBA
got to
is
do.
doing like what, like a 8 or 9 week season. What is
something
it?
like that. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, their season got cut short, so they're just kind of picking it up,
Right.
and they probably cut out the half of the back half of the season, and then so they're doing like 8 games each or something, or 9 games each, and then go into playoffs, something
Gotcha.
like that.
Cool.
See, they adapted.
March
and they worked
March
it
Madness
out.
will be in September.
Well-
such a weird, strange
That's
world
that's
we're
a
living
weird
in.
topic. Is NCAA sports?
Yeah, they're not
That's
even
just
doing it.
That's just a mess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not even doing it.
Crazy, crazy.
It's sad, but you know what? You take a year to reset, but fuck, it could have been just months if these assholes. I'm sorry if you're out there listening and you're one of those people. I don't mean to call you an asshole, like because I
But
don't
you're an
like
asshole.
you.
Yeah, I'll
I just
call
think
you
your
one.
actions are assholey. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, dude, just
You're acting
take one for the
assholey.
fucking team. You know, I get it. You don't care about it. You think it's bullshit. I get that too. But you know, if we run around and don't wear masks, those who do believe, you know, they could be asking us to do the same thing. But I just don't think it's right because of science. I just believe in science. I believe doctors. I believe a majority of them. And you can find a bad doctor. You know, people are posting shit about, oh, these doctors say it's, you know, this and that and this and that, and it's not real. It's not like anything else. I'm like, yeah, but you do realize there are bad doctors, right?
Not
There's
everybody
bad something in
got an A.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who are
lot of
doctors
bad
that are process elimination. You will find the worst doctor. All right. These might be really bad doctors. They might be.
I think about when I went to college, and I'm like, some people that went to college with me and they got degrees, and I'm like, just because they got a degree does not necessarily mean
Yeah.
That's-
Right.
that
Yeah.
they're
Like
super
psychiatrists
qualified.
and
I'm
stuff,
sure-
like,
I'm-
sometimes.
Exactly. I'm
You
sure
don't
there's an
really
accountant
know.
out there who can't fucking count.
It happens. It does happen.
You never
But
know.
they have
Where'd
a
you get your degree on? Yeah, it was online. It went online. Who knows? He cheated.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Carson, your family's great. You had
Yeah.
very
I
inspirational
agree.
stories.
Great.
Thank you.
Happy.
And
That's a happy story.
That's happy endings.
a happy
And we need a
ending.
happy ending.
Yeah,
You're
I was
right.
really happy to come on.
We didn't
It's
hear the
fun.
dog.
It's
That's
fun.
a happy ending.
It's
We
always
It's a
did
happy
not
ending.
hear
I
that
love-
dog.
Love dog.
I didn't.
Yeah, that dog loves being on our show.
Yeah. It's consistently she's trying to get on.
She's part of the show.
She is part of the show.
Yeah.
And so now, actually, when she doesn't pipe up at all, then it's
And
weird.
we noticed. Yeah.
That's weird.
Because like even one of our ads has her in the background, you know, whining.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear it.
And wagging her tail.
All right. Thanks, Carson.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Who's going to close this out?
Sam, hit it.
Chuck is.
Chuck's going to close this out.
Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for coming. Carson, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
We look forward to seeing you if we ever get a chance to film saying goodbye. But until then, we're here with you for anything else you want to do for your endeavors. We're here to help you, support you in whatever way we can. Aaron and Samantha, thank you for coming out on a Wednesday evening and hanging out with us. I'm going to guess that this is probably going to hit tomorrow as the evening goes on. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Around the Reel. And remember to think hard, because you're thinking anyway.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the show. Hey, if you'd like to be a guest on Around the Reel, please reach out to us at our website. That's www.cccentertainmentgroup.com. There you can send us a message, and if you're an artist or creative or just want to get on the show and start talking about a bunch of shit like we do, please reach out to us and let us know. We'd love to have you. And if you also need other realms to find us in this wonderful Silicon Valley of what we call social media. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find us all there. And we have a page on YouTube that we're just getting started as well. And also, if you do want to watch our feature film, you can find that on Amazon Prime right now. That movie is called The Outrider. It's our first major feature film that we did. We have a bunch more coming, but please watch that one. Let us know what you think. And anyway, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We got more shorts coming for you, so talk to you soon.